Okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I am legally obligated to tell you that this call is being recorded for quality purposes. You are listening to GG's The Mouthful Podcast, episode 162. Abandon all hope. This is David, hosting for Mad Dog today, who is on excitement. I guess he tried to board a plane to go to California to cover E3 as usual, as we do every year. He got lost and he ended up in Puerto Rico. So don't ask me how that happened. I thought I was the only one with bad directions. But we have a special guest tonight. All you ladies asked for him by name. Just to clarify, he is securely taken. Mr. Gilberto Vega Malave, also known as Chaos Reaper, on location from Area 51, Florida. GG!
GG! What is up, everybody? Yes, the one and only KX Reaper here, signing in again. I was asked, and I shall answer the call.
The Call of Duty. The
Yes,
Call
the
to
Call of
Duty.
Duty.
Of
In
course.
this modern warfare.
On this modern warfare that we face every day, time
Every
and time
day.
again, it feels like it repeats itself, right?
Yeah, it's almost infinite if you.
It's
might
almost.
say.
You might say, yeah. You might say next year might feel like an infinite warfare.
It's
You know.
certainly advanced. A lot.
That's awesome. That's
All the
awesome.
Call of Duty puns. Yes, we have them.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about how we feel about that. But first, thank you guys for joining us on this podcast. Sorry that it had coming in a little late.
That was
Usually
my fault.
no. They you know what
Scheduling
I
issues.
scheduling. Yeah, I will say. Nelda's not here, so he keeps. That he's the glue that keeps everything together. The moment he's not there, shit start falling apart, and
Actually,
we gotta
no,
scramble.
like I said, it was actually my fault. But once we get into what I've been doing during the week, I'll tell you why. I'll explain.
It'll
Yeah,
clarify
yeah.
that. Okay. All right. All right.
I got you. I got you.
All right. Cool. 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 So if this is your first time joining us, you already screwed up because like I said, Naldo's not here. But the things that we normally do is we talk about what we've been doing, followed by the news you can use, and then we like to close down with a hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic, we are ranking Final Fantasy games, the main
Yes, sir.
titles.
Yes, like the numbered entries, right?
Yeah, the number entries. Yeah, I don't know, man. You think we should? Obviously, we have an idea on our list. I don't have my list completed yet. I'm gonna wait until
No,
I
there
guess
are
after the
some.
first break. But
There's gonna be some heads up, some warnings to be done
what?
because well, I haven't played. I'm gonna just forewarn right here. I haven't played all of the numbered series.
Oh no, neither have I. Neither have I. And to be fair, if there is a title there that you feel strongly about it, and it's not a number of Final Fantasy, you want to put it there, by all means, because this is not a binding, this is not official. This is just like,
And
hey,
if you hate our list, you're more than welcome to rage at us all you want.
yeah, do you make your own? Exactly, exactly. I sure hell haven't played all of them. I just played, some of the titles, and I've had numbered Final Fantasy or the sequels of the number Final Fantasy, like 10 had 10-2,
Oh,
and then
10
Final
2 and
Fantasy
13
13
2.
had 13-2 and Lightning Returns. So I
Oh,
might
right.
drop,
That was a
maybe one
trilogy.
there. Yeah, that was a trilogy. Yes.
Wow.
Final Fantasy 13 was a trilogy. Boy, boy, boy. So, before we continue, I just want to take a moment. We want to congratulate Mr. Alnaldo Martin Prime, as I like to call him.
Wow.
He's
Okay.
Mad Dog's dad, actually, who just got
Oh.
married. Yeah, he just got married. That actually is what Mad Dog is doing.
Oh,
He went,
yes. Yes.
yeah,
Congratulations.
yes, yes, indeed. He went to Puerto Rico, celebrate with his dad, with his family over there. So that's awesome. We wish him our very best, and may their days be long and their hardships few.
Wow, that was very inspiring.
Thank you,
I
thank
I
you.
have no words like that, but congratulations, man.
Oh, you know what? That's from World of Warcraft.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Coincidentally, the hotel that they're in,
Black
it's
Punta.
the that's the casino that I started working as a dealer.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I started there 11 years ago.
Holy crap. Okay, yeah, I saw it.
Uh-huh.
It was nice. The
Yeah,
the picture they've been posting, it's like he is on top of the world, top of the world over there,
beautiful
overlooking the
location.
bay, overlooking the beach, and everything. Is yeah, it looks really
When
really cool.
when does he come back?
I think he'll be back on Monday, so he should be here for the next
Okay,
the net podcast,
there's
and we would love
there's
to
some.
have you if you get a
Oh,
chance from work. Yeah, now
oh,
that we know how to use Skype.
okay. Now that we discovered the beauty of Skype,
Yes.
yeah,
Now that we know how to use it, so of course, the quality of the recordings will be the litmus test. The litmus test, the litmus test. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
how to
what you're
say it.
talking about.
Yeah, it's gonna be the test that's gonna determine if we
Okay,
continue doing it this way or not.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Um, there is a there's a small Mexican restaurant right across from La Concha,
Mm.
which I'll text him because I'm not gonna wait till you listen to the podcast. That it's absolutely delicious. It's called Cielito Lindo.
Cielito lindo. I heard about that.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. That right there in San Juan.
Yeah. It's literally across La Concha, right
There,
across from it.
there you go. There you go. Puerto Rico got selected as the one of the top places to go this summer
Yeah,
or
to
something like that.
visit. Yeah,
Visit.
something like that. I saw that. I saw that. That's
That was pretty
interesting.
cool. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't been in a few years
Oh, it was in April.
in April.
Yeah, I
I
was
want
there
to.
4.5 days. Not long enough.
Nice. Not long enough. All
No,
right.
not by,
Yeah.
not by
I
a long
think
shot.
I want to go for say a week if I can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's obviously better than 4.5 days. But I'm telling you, it's never enough.
Yeah, it's never. Well, it depends. It depends on what time you go and where you're staying. If you're staying in the metro area, where you could
Oh
go
God,
out
you'll
and you
get
have your
enough in like
friends.
5 minutes after you
Yeah.
get there.
If you go stay by the mountains, then it's gonna feel very nice and peaceful. But by the third day, you're gonna wish you took your Wii with you or your Switch. I mean,
Yeah,
so.
but I grew up in the mountains, bro.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, sir. I
Mm.
what? Yes, I was all up in the mountains and a lot of single player games.
I
A lot of single player games.
That's no, not me, man. I was a city slicker. I've always been a city slicker.
Um,
I mean, I like the idea of staying in the mountains, but I can't be without internet for too long.
oh, I
Like
mean,
that's the life. That's
yeah,
my
that's
lifeblood.
that's funny.
I won't be able to survive.
I was able to get some internet eventually. I think it was like 1 or 2 megabytes that I was getting of internet,
Hey,
and that's yeah, when I started working in the casino. That's when I finally got the internet. Yeah, I think so.
hey,
Dude,
that's
I'm telling you,
that
the struggle was real.
the struggle's real. Yes,
Oh
I
God,
know, I know.
people. I mean, 11 years ago is not that long ago, but the 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 increase in speed is ridiculous. Like back then, yeah, I was paying for 1 megabyte. Like, sure, there were faster internet than that, but right now I'm paying like for 100.
Well,
And
you know what it is? But it feels slow. Sometimes. But
yeah,
because back then the internet was a lot simpler. It was just text. Most of the stuff that you were
yeah,
getting were text, some gifs, and not much audio. And video. I remember being blown away in 1995. I was from my house. I was able to hear the voice of Brian Cooley, he is a news correspondent or a high editor now, or I don't know what his position is, but he works at CNET, CNET.com. and that website's been there for ages. And I was able to hear his voice. They're located in San Francisco. I was listening to this in Puerto Rico, and I was blown away. I thought it was magic, bro. Just being
Really?
able to get that on my modem, on my 28.8 K modem.
I was gonna ask when. Wow, like the earliest internet that we had where I live,
Uh,
because we live like there's the bottom house, right? That's my great grandmother's house that my mother inherited, and then my grandparents built like a top a little bit off to the right, and my grandfather got internet. He was the first one to get in it because obviously I wasn't working. I was like in middle school or something,
mhm.
and it was in a good day. On a good day, it was 52 kilobytes.
Yeah,
per
52
s-
kilobytes. That was fast. That's
That
fast.
was
Back in the
that
day,
was
that
a
was
good
crazy
day.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And then on a bad day, it would go like 36, 28. And yeah, wow.
That's okay. We can still go into BBSs and download anime, and that's the first time I discovered what hentai was. And yeah,
Listen,
it's
this is
good
when I
stuff.
played my first MMO, which was it's called the full name is Ragnarok, Ragnarok Online. So they call it RO for short, RO for
Oh
short.
yeah, I remember Ragnarok Online. Yep.
Okay, it took me like 24 hours to download that. Okay, now I can download it in like minutes.
Oh, dude. Now, not to boast or anything, but I got fiber when I moved to the house.
Really?
I was able, yeah, yeah, I was able to download. Um, it was what was it? What was that? I wanted to try something. Oh, Forza, Forza Horizon, which is like 70 gigabytes. I think it was something like that. And I think in like 10 minutes, I already had the whole thing. It was ridiculous. It was unreal. I was laughing the whole time, and I felt like an evil villain. like I had, But you know what? The funny thing is that it doesn't matter how fast your connection is, depending on where you're connecting. That's gonna be what's gonna determine how fast you get what you need, because video can still be slow if Netflix overloaded, for example, or
Oh,
whatever.
is that when it tells you like, oh, the content that you're looking for cannot be played at this moment? Because
Yeah, yeah.
I really hate it when it says that shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it depends on how busy they get. They get super busy in the afternoons, because of
Everybody's
course everybody's
Netflixing and
catching up.
chilling.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody, and it made me think of the last time that I had YouTube buffer, which is rare. Nowadays it happens rarely, which got me into the train of thought of, you know what? This is why I can definitely see Google Stadia, their their gaming streaming system, probably succeeding where everybody else has failed,
So,
or everybody's starting, because
so you think that Google is an actual contender,
I think so too, because I think
like
so.
a serious contender?
Yeah, because they have the infrastructure.
They
You know,
certainly do.
they
They
definitely have the
definitely have the
infrastructure.
resources.
Yeah, and I see whenever I go, like I was trying to watch the other day, Game of Thrones, right?
Right.
Last episode, love that episode. It was the greatest episode ever done. Slash sarcasm. And and where I was, and I was every now and then it'll buffer a little bit. Not it was not terrible or anything like that, but you can see that it was getting hit hard. But you go to YouTube and you rarely, if ever, get that problem. And I mean, unless you're trying to get some really obscure video, like maybe our podcast or something, it very rarely buffers. So so yeah. What do you say we actually start a podcast, since we went in a huge tangent here? Uh,
Slightly.
yeah,
Slightly.
yeah,
We
yeah.
should really really back in this.
Yeah, let's really back in. That's what happens. We have no control. This is off the rails, off the chain, off the deep end, off the whatever you want to call it. It's off the everything. So I'm gonna start with you, sir, because you are our invited guest of honor.
Oh,
Tell me, sir, what have you been doing this week?
um, I started watching Chernobyl.
Mm, that's
Because
on
Game
that's
of
on
Thrones
the
it's already
Prime.
done, and I need a reason to keep HBO now.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That is on HBO. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And it did not. It's good.
It's good.
It's a lot of intrigue and I guess yeah, some sort of mystery and piecing this whole puzzle together as to why it happened.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of like government cover up and I'm telling you, it is amazing.
Really?
I
Okay.
might be oversaying it there a little bit, but it's really good. It's really good. There's some really powerful moments in the show that I mean, it had to be done. It needed to be done, and people rose up to the occasion.
Yeah. Well, just like you said, I've seen the ads for it, and I was trying to remember if it was on Prime, but you're right, it was on HBO because by the end of Game of Thrones, they were throwing those ads, were almost
Left
sounding
and right.
like
Like
begging you not to
listen, we
cancel.
have all of this for you. Once you're done
Uh-huh.
with Game of Thrones, we have this for you. We have this and we have that show and we got movies and we have all of yes, I know. Every time you watch an episode of Game of Thrones, it will start with the entire montage of shows that they have.
Yeah, but I've also
Please
heard
don't
that
cancel me.
I still have it, and my wife's actually hooked on. She or at least she's watching it. Someone else told me that it was good, and I believe it was her if I remember correctly. But yeah, I might have to check it out.
It's
Uh,
yeah, it's I haven't finished it
mhm.
and it's just it's one thing after another, and it's yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
watch it. You gotta
I,
watch it. Let me know because obviously I don't want to spoil it. But at some point we should sit down and talk about it.
yeah, yeah.
We
Almost
should. We
have
should, you know what? You should watch it, and we should make Mad Dog watch it, and then we'll
uh,
make it a hot topic.
a hot topic on Chernobyl.
It's
Interesting.
it's yeah right. That's
Since
wow.
Since we never had the Game of Thrones ones, we we already missed on that gravy train that
I
everybody.
mean, is there
Oh,
really anything else to say? It was rushed. I've said a million times. I like the concepts. The ideas
uh,
were good, but the application of them were horrible. That's all. That's it.
the all the sites, even gaming websites, they usually don't tend to delve into
Everybody went
TV
crazy.
series or anything like that. Yeah, they were talking about it. They were talking about it.
Everybody went
Uh,
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. There's a series on Amazon that I'm kind of looking to see. I want to see at least the first couple of episodes just to see if it's funny. It's called Good Omen, and
Oh, I've seen the trailers.
because in the trailer for that, it looks stupid,
I
but
mean,
it
I have I
looks
have
funny.
Amazon Prime, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have the TV service. Might as well check it out.
yeah. I might report on it on the net podcast,
That'd be
to
nice.
see. Yeah,
That'd be nice.
yeah.
Okay, so other than that, nothing. Just playing Overwatch because they have their anniversary event happening right now. I don't know how long it's going for. I think it's like 2 more weeks. Could be
Oh,
less.
anything
Yeah,
new?
and uh, there's some new skins as usual. Some new skins, some new stickers, the poses, whatever.
That's
What
how they
what
get you.
they're doing is the same thing they did last year. Is you can get any item from any event
Mhm.
so far in these loot boxes, whether it was Christmas or Halloween or
Oh wow.
whatever. Yeah. From any of the previous one, you can get any of them. So it's a good moment if you had coins saved up. Like if you want to buy something that you missed before, you can do it now. Uh,
See, to
not,
have coins, I need to play the game,
yes.
or spend real
Real
money on
money.
it.
Yes. Yes.
I
I
haven't played it
mean,
forever.
I like Overwatch. I still like Overwatch.
You do, you do. I gotta give it to you. You stick to games in ways that I envy because you get your money's worth. You
Yeah,
know
but it's problematic.
why? Why you say that?
It's so hard to finish a single player game now.
Because you're going back to.
Because you got to go back at least, once, not a day, but at least every so often. And Warframe, it's one that I jump in a
Warframe.
lot.
Yes.
That I mean, honestly, it's the game that I probably spend the most money on. I'm not gonna lie, probably
Mm.
up to like $800.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey,
Okay.
not there. You will get no judgment from me. I know that everybody else listening is probably yelling, but you will get no
Yeah.
judgment from me because
But listen,
you know
I
me.
mean, to this moment, I have builds in Warframe that span years, and
Mm,
those builds are still amazing to this day, despite all of the updates.
yeah.
So my money was it's very well spent. That game, the updates that it's received, it's we spoke well, you guys have spoken about this before.
Mm.
That game it's awesome. It deserves to be played.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
So I don't mind supporting them.
I yeah, exactly. I could say, hey, I could have spent $500 on different games that are not fulfilling me, that I'm just abandoning by the third or fourth hour. Meanwhile, you might spend the same amount of money on a game that you just keeps you going. It keeps you
Yep.
going, and you keep getting getting fun out of it. So
Now, mind you, I want to point out that Warframe is the game I spend the most money on, but Overwatch, I probably spend like maybe $20.
okay, all right.
Other than the
Well,
original 60 that when I bought it, yeah, I don't spend money on loot boxes in Overwatch. I gave you 60 already. And yeah,
so
they give in some free content because they have, because
mhm.
they're giving free content. So like I'll throw you a buck here and there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Overwatch, it does. There's a good balance. There's a good balance on the way they build
Yes. Yes.
the rewards. Now, how do you feel about our government's move to
To ban
start
loot
cracking
boxes,
down, or probably ban them altogether? Yeah, yeah. How do you feel about that?
that is I honestly
I know it's conflicting, right?
it's very conflicting because I don't want it to affect games that have done it right, like Overwatch, and
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
to a point, Apex to a point because they're
Mhm.
really fucked up after you max out on your level.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's I understand why,
Mm.
because preying on the young, it's not hard. You
Mhm.
you, you dangle a shiny item in front of them and they'll do whatever to get it. You
Yeah.
know. And in this day and age that it's just so easy to like just put in some numbers and you get whatever you want off the internet and
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I can see why.
I can see what they're talking about, like desensitizing the youth to the effects of
Of gambling.
gambling,
And let me
of gambling.
tell you, I work in a casino,
Yeah. That's true.
and
You
I
will know
have
about that.
seen, yes, I have, it's bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen people lose their business, their houses, their
Jeez.
families, oh yeah, over
Wow.
gambling. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to think that, yeah, I don't like the idea of government regulation on our hobby. However, like the sign was always there.
Yes.
The signs were there. The warnings the warning shots were shot.
Oh my
There were
God, all over the place.
several times we were saying, you know, we should be self-regulating this a little bit. We should be slowing down on this because if the government they're not gonna know. Like the government's not gonna know how to properly
Of
handle this
course not. They
because
have no idea how
they don't
gaming
understand.
works.
Exactly, they don't
They still think
understand.
it's for kids.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And the problem with that is that they're just going to use a nuclear option. Well, you
Mm.
know what? At this rate, it has gotten so bad, and especially and it's always the usual suspects. Activision, EA, the to a lesser extent. Well, anyway, you guys know who the
We're
usual
gonna say
suspect is.
Ubisoft.
Mostly EA. Yeah, Ubisoft has been no, but they're
Not
they're
really, but
behaving a little bit. But so at this time, I'm like, I
Bethesda
want
for
to see some.
sure.
But there's that, yeah, yeah. At this time, I'm like, you know what? I want to see something different. Let's just let's make it happen. Let's go nuclear then. Fuck it,
Because
just.
you know that these companies, if they can, they will push for some predatory, obscene shit.
Oh, they're already
So,
doing it. They're already
right,
doing it.
but I'm just right, exactly. But how long ago have we been saying that? Well, I at first I wasn't against it, but like I know how it is, so I understand. I'm talking about loot boxes.
Uh,
Uh, and I lost my train of thought.
no, no. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. they'll be warned. We understand. They need to
Oh,
have.
okay,
They're
right.
trying to get their
So
own revenue.
I
Go
I
ahead.
remember, I remember. So you know that if they just keep trying, they keep trying. There's backlash. They're real back in, but then next time they push in a little bit more because we already got used to them pushing already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
that frog in boiling water idea.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You put it very slowly. If you put the frog in hot water, just if you drop it in hot water, it's just gonna jump out real quick. But if you just put it in cold water and you start heating
And
up a
you,
little,
yeah,
up a little by
it'll
little,
just stay there so it gets used to it
yeah, 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 yeah.
until
And I
it
feel
boils
like,
itself to death, and it's yeah, the
yeah,
same thing. Gaming companies have been doing that to us for years.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When was the last time that you play a pure game? A game where the whole matter of it was that it wasn't trying to game us. It was just, hey, have fun. Maybe there's DLC. See, I'm using one of the terms. Maybe there is an expansion pack coming. For it.
Spider-Man.
Hey, there you go, Spider-Man. You know which one
Spider.
also? Witcher 3, which I know I
Oh
haven't
yes.
touched. I haven't played. I haven't played yet. And I still need to beat that. But I
Honestly, Red
like
Dead.
admire that, huh?
Honestly, Red Dead. Even though it has its
Read that.
online portion and it does have microtransactions, you get your money's worth just playing the single player.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And honestly, you once you start that is a never-ending well of it. It's just God, that game is huge.
It's not the the type of game as service thing that now we all fear
Right.
about. It sounds bad. Like even games that I have enjoyed, I hate the fact that they're considered game as service. Like the Division 2. I had tons of fun playing the Division 2. I hate the fact that it's still considered a game as service because at the end of the day, game as service is not so much the we're gonna keep a live server
Dream.
and you're gonna enjoy it. It's more the this we're keeping this live server, but we're gonna start pushing up as much as we can for you to get our loot boxes if they have loot boxes or get our little trinket, buy a trinket here and there and whatever.
Dream.
So at the end of the game ends up playing us.
We
So
we need we need to really back in. I was just saying I was playing Overwatch.
well, yeah, yeah.
That
Well, again,
was
Overwatch is not as I feel like yes, it is. It's still guilty of it, and I don't like blind boxes, which Overwatch still does.
yeah
But I mean, we've definitely seen worse. If it was
yeah.
kept at the level of Overwatch, it would
That's
be
it.
one
The
thing.
like I mentioned before, and instead what else I've been doing in the week is playing Apex because
Yeah.
the first season is almost over. I think it ends in like 16 days, and I've
Oh,
been trying to get this. Like I said the last time I was on the podcast, I'm trying to get this emblem that you get by getting 100 kills with 7 different legends.
oh wow.
I have I have two at 100 already. I have the third one is at 81, I
Ah.
believe, and I have another one at 80 as well, and then the other three are at 50.
Oh, okay. Wow. Do you think you can manage that in 16 days?
Uh,
Do you have PTO?
I swear to God, I feel like I should. I feel like I can, honestly. I feel like I can.
You know that the whole thing with seasons in games. One of the first games I remember doing that was Diablo 3. Uh, to this day, still a very good game to get into and play and whatever. And I remember for one, I guess I think it was maybe season 17. I remember. I might be wrong on the number, but it was one season where I remember wanting to do everything to get the rewards, at the end. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I wanted to finish it, and I was playing it. I was playing it less for the like I was playing it less for like any story type of content because I've already beaten that game.
You're playing it for the reward
I was
more
playing
than
for the
just the
reward.
game.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I was playing one for the reward. Exactly, exactly. And I gotta be honest. It felt good having a motivation like
It
that.
does. Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
So maybe
I
I'm a part of the problem.
Oh, and obviously I'm still playing Final Fantasy 14. As you
Oh
can see,
yes.
every game I mentioned, it's our multiplayer games. I have
Yeah.
not played a single player game this week at all.
Well, they don't make them anymore, so I
Well, I
figured,
mean, I actually have at least two there that I absolutely actually there's three at least.
yeah.
Four? I have so many that I absolutely must finish before I die.
That backlog, bro.
Yeah, I
That
know.
backlog.
Holy shit. I think that's gonna be my only regret. I'm gonna be on my deathbed like I still have a backlog.
Who doesn't at this day and age, man? I have learned to as they call it do backlog bankruptcy. Just screw it.
Really? You just
Whatever
drop
game
it
I
all?
haven't
I've
played,
done that. I've done
drop it
that.
off and then just start over.
I didn't know there was a name, but I've done that.
Yeah, yeah. At one point, it's like I'm
Again,
never
no.
gonna, I'm never
Borrón
gonna
y
play The
cuenta
Witcher
nueva.
3. Exacto. Yeah, yeah. As it is, I keep saying that I'm gonna play Witcher 3, but like every time, I think Mad Dog is right. The more I wait, the less likely I am to jump into it.
But
And
listen, this is just do it. All right, just do
yeah,
it. Sit
I'm
down
gonna have
one day randomly and do it.
games will have to stop being released. and I'll start getting on my backlog. You
All
you
you're
wait.
gonna do is get into that hyperbolic time chamber they have in Dragon Ball, and you're good to go.
There you go. I've actually delved a little bit into at least a couple of older games from my backlog, but not with the intent of okay, I'm gonna get on it, I'm gonna beat it. More to like, hey, I haven't
Just
played this game in
remember.
a while. Let me just see how it feels now and see if it'll stick. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So I've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Uh,
Just doing my weekly stuff and daily. I'm just waiting for the expansion. They did release a trailer showcasing the new actions that the
uh,
classes will have. While I'm disappointed in some, I'm still very excited for this expansion. I already
there's a
pre-ordered. I wanted to pre-order the collectors, the
uh,
physical collectors, which is like $200, and it had like this statue of a Dark Knight and whatnot. It looked awesome. It sold out.
Oh, well, how many collectors edition of Final Fantasy 14 do you own already?
I
Let's
only
be
own
real.
one.
The original one, right?
The not even
No.
the first expansion, Heaven's Ward.
Oh, okay. I wanted to say I own the the original PlayStation 4, but I think I might have actually sold it to Amazon.
Well, the original game did not come for the PlayStation 4 as a
No, right.
collector's because it was still the PlayStation 3.
You talk about Final, well,
Final Fantasy 14 originally released in the PlayStation. Well, have what is it? Um, A Realm Reborn was originally released on PC and PlayStation 3 because it was before the PS4 release. When the PS4 released, they gave you a free upgrade to PlayStation 4 if you own the
uh,
PlayStation 3.
are you sure about that? Because I could have sworn that I had a
Yeah.
PS4 version of a Realm Reborn.
Oh, you can buy the physical version of Realm Reborn. I bought it for my wife, but
But it was a big box. I'm talking about a
oh,
big,
I don't know
yeah.
then. I don't
Uh,
know if
uh,
they sold a physical. Maybe they did. I honestly don't know. I didn't because they were gonna give me a free upgrade, and honestly, I was happy with that.
yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah,
God.
look, I have it. I bought it. I just checked Amazon. I bought it on April 11th of 2014,
Oh my God.
and it does say Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn Collector's Edition PS4, which right now, if you want to get it on Amazon, they're retailing it for 149.88.
Whoo.
So
So
that is the thing.
$145, and I get it, and I can
And you can get pristine, a brand new version,
pristine.
a sealed
Oh
copy
God.
of A Realm Reborn,
Is this
the
allowed?
actual
You
big
selling me
box.
stuff in the podcast? Are there rules, Mad Dog? Are there
That-
rules for this?
That's not me, but if you follow my Amazon affiliate link, I'm gonna leave it on the comments down below.
um, yeah, no. So
Oh man,
I've been playing a little bit of that, and yeah, that's about it.
that's cool. That's cool. All right, all right. Well,
My wife just got home.
Hi, Miss Reaper,
Dream says
Lady Reaper,
Hi.
Lady Reaper. Oh, there
Miss
you go.
Reaper, but you're close enough.
Miss Reaper in the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. That voice you heard briefly for like a nanosecond.
Briefly, just you heard that soft high that came out of nowhere.
Yes, that is confirmation that Chaos is taken.
Yes.
It is. Get your hands off the
Oh my
material.
God! Stop.
The man is taken. It's done. All right. That ship has sailed already.
Thank you, baby. Brought me food.
So see, nice. That's good. That's good. Buen provecho.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so I've been playing a little bit more of Mortal Kombat 11 in the single player because I think that's all I'm gonna
Listen,
do.
I got a
Yeah.
friend who plays that shit. If you want me to hook you up so you can like practice and actually learn the game, I got you.
It's one of those games where like I appreciate I appreciate the like the story modes of them. Same thing happened with Injustice 2. I really like Injustice 2, and Injustice and the previous Mortal Kombat and all those. But it's not the type of game that I will stick to, like the fighting, because I feel like the movement on those type of NetherRealm games is kind of stiff. They don't feel natural, you know. And I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's just like I don't see myself getting good at or trying to get good at any of those games. I just want to play them to mash buttons a little bit, and sometimes it does
And
cool
maybe
shit.
rip somebody's spine off.
Well, that's the funny thing. Every time I'm playing against a computer and uh and it says finish him, immediately pause it, go to the movement screen, try to
Oh,
see
there
how
you
to do
go.
the fatality, and then try to go back and perform it. I'm not gonna memorize fatalities and or stuff like that. It's not like back then, but like I've been following the single player campaign, and I gotta say, I'm almost. I feel like I'm almost done with it. If not, I'm three-quarters of it already. I'm not sure what people are seeing in this, but the story's not grabbing me, man. It's not good. You know what I mean? Uh,
Okay. I haven't played it, right?
uh,
I played MK X, right?
oh, you played the single player on MK10 on.
MK9 and MKX, yes, and I liked it. I really did enjoy it.
I like 9. I and didn't play 10, and that's probably what's
But
getting me lost because this is a continuation of that.
right, okay. Do you know why they rebooted the story?
Well, I hoping that I find out when I beat it.
No, 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 no. Do you know why they rebooted the story? This is you're playing the reboot
Uh-huh. Right.
of the story. Do you know why they rebooted it?
Because everybody has died on the previous one already.
Right. So you did play that one, Armageddon.
Armageddon. Oh no, I didn't play. I played 9. Which one was 9?
9 was the reboot.
Okay, so 9 was the reboot. Okay, yes, I played 9. I don't.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah. From what you see there,
Uh,
that's where that story led to. They painted themselves into a corner because they went so big that they literally ended the world.
oh yeah, oh yeah. You know that it's going to get rebooted when they start introducing elements of time travel.
Okay, but then this one did it too fast. At least the other one went on for like forever. This one it's already jumping to like time traveling. I mean, I haven't played it again, but the name of the character is like Krona or some shit.
Chronica.
Chronica.
So,
There you
yeah.
go. Like fuck you. Seriously.
she
Time
might
travel.
she
Got
might as
it.
well be called the rewind button.
Right. Right.
It's like you already know.
You just lady time travel. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Exactly. Chrono Trigger, whatever.
So I feel like they're doing the same thing again. They're going too big, too far out there, and they're gonna have to reboot the whole fucking thing again.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. I mean, I've heard that it's the ending, the one that strikes home, but it better be because so far some of the choices and things they do, they're kind of stupid and lame. And some of the times, like I really appreciate Injustice storyline because Injustice storyline felt a lot more sensical. If in a matter like in a matter of the motivations of every character and the reason why they will fight felt a little bit more legitimate than the reasons why these people are fighting. You know what I mean? I don't want to spoil too much on it, but needless to say, it is. I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that, but I'm not feeling the the what everybody's talking about. Like, oh my God, this story is great. You know, you should play the single play. It's insane. Yada yada. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I might have a different tune on it, but we'll see.
I like the
Uh,
Injustice game. That story
oh, I
was
love it.
amazing.
Yes, absolutely. I love the idea of injustice, and that is what I wish DC will take on as
And
as a
spoilers
movie.
for Injustice, but I hated how they fixed the problem.
Oh, and just yes, me too. On you're talking about the Injustice one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this
yeah, of
story
course.
was going so well, and suddenly, what do we have to do? What we always do: bring in
Yep.
Superman. Like
Yeah.
what? Okay,
Let's bring the good Superman from
yeah,
the other dimension.
from another
Yeah,
dimension, and that's how we fix things.
yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
kind of that was really weak, but
yeah.
other than that, that story was really good.
Let's just make a movie about Superman being. I'm not talking about an evil Superman. I'm talking about a hard ass Superman, like the one that we were led to believe we were gonna get in the first Injustice. Actually, the second Injustice does a pretty decent job of that. To be believe it or not,
Really?
it's yeah. I think it did. But did
No,
you never
I
play
did
the
not
single
play.
player?
I didn't play the second one.
That is a game that I will still grab to this
Really?
day because the story is really good. Yeah, it's a continuation, but it sets up things nicely, and it puts like Supergirl on the center stage, but not at center stage. It's not like she's the main protagonist or anything like that. But you see like a point, her point of view, and it is cool. It is cool. You should check that out if you get a chance. Uh, Speaking of games that you should definitely check out, uh, I've been playing Katana Zero.
I think I heard you guys talk about it.
Uh, we might have, yeah, we had actually, yes, we did mention that we like because we saw a trailer. We like what we saw. Katana Zero is a game developed by Aki Soft, and it's published by Devolver Digital. So you already know by that Naldo is
Mad
all
Dog's
upon.
all over that shit.
All over there. Yes, yeah, yeah. And you could see the pedigree of it, like that the pedigree of the Evolver Digital in this game is like exactly what you will expect. Uh, this is a game available for Windows, Mac OS, and Nintendo Switch. No word on Xbox or PlayStation 4, although it wouldn't surprise me if at some point they get the versions out there. Um,
Makes
but
sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you play this samurai looking dude who is it takes place in the present, but the guy you play, he's a samurai. He dresses like a samurai, like one of those old school samurais, with
But it
no
takes
helmet.
place in present day.
But it takes place in present day. Yeah, you live the area where you live like in a not so great area of town in an apartment that
Of course.
like your next door neighbors on the other apartment, they're always having a party and they always have the music very loud, and you're just trying to when you're trying to sleep, you get these nightmares that I haven't figured out what they are, but it's really cool because it's super stylish in the way on the presentation. Like you start playing the game, and first of all, it is a I don't want to call it. It has that 16-bit style, of a lot of games, and I realize that has been overdone. It feels like it's been overdone, but hear me out because in this particular game, it is done. It's very good, and it's a side scroller, and but it plays as fast. It's like a combination
I
of
don't. I'm
Ninja
sorry to
Gaiden.
and I'm sorry
Uh,
to interrupt. I don't think it's been overdone. I just think it's not unique anymore. It doesn't
yeah,
stand out as
yeah.
much anymore.
Doesn't
So
start. Yeah, there's a lot. You're right. You're right. There's a lot of them out there. We were playing the other day, The Messenger, which is awesome. That game is great. But if I describe this one to you, you're gonna think it's almost like that, even though yeah, but not really, because The Messenger was more like Ninja Gaiden, the original NES,
It was horrible.
and this no, it was great. The Messenger is a game that you have to play. That game is
I mean, how
fantastic.
difficult it was.
Well, it was not as killer as the Ninja Gaidens on
Oh,
NES.
okay.
Yeah, it was not as bad. It's still challenging enough, but this one, if gives you the idea that it's going to be like that, but it's really more like Hotline Miami, in the sense that you get hit once, you die, but you immediately spawn, so you can try it again.
Okay.
So there's no loading times. There's nothing like that. It's just you dead.
Stupid.
Okay, go back to the beginning. You have to start what you were doing, but the levels are not so big that it becomes frustrating. Or at least I haven't gotten to, to any larger levels yet.
Oh,
I put about 3-4 hours maybe on it. Uh, and you have a different the mission might require you to handle things a different way. For example, if you're supposed to be stealthy, you gotta be. If you have to minimize collateral damage. No, don't kill innocents, yada yada. But sometimes, like if let's say for example,
hey, listen, man. There's always collateral damage.
there's always I know because you could be like if it's a cop and they find you and they discover you, they're gonna shoot you, and you have
Somebody's
no
getting
choice.
stabbed.
You have to, yeah, somebody's getting stabbed. You got to go for it.
Yeah.
So, but because of that, your mission, you might still complete the mission, but your client might not be so happy,
Well, my
or
client
or
better
your
be happy the job got done. Okay.
well, that's the thing. I feel like it might be a game where I don't know this if this is for sure, but I feel like it might
Might
be a
affect
game
it.
where it might have multiple endings depending on your performance.
So it will
And
affect. Okay.
yeah, and like I said, like I mentioned, it's really really cool. First thing he does whenever he starts a mission is that he puts like I don't know if like some sort of musical device, iPod, his phone, a Walkman, whatever. He
Yeah.
starts music, and then you'll see the name of the song that's playing and the composer, and kind of like if it was an MTV music video,
Really?
it'll start playing, it'll start showing that, and that's your music. That's the music of the that you start playing that the music is it's not like live music. It's still music from the game, but it's
I
very
don't know
well
if you
done.
guys
Music
can
is
hear
really
this
good.
bag I'm messing around with, but I'm trying to give my dog a treat.
That's fine. You do what you do. I appreciate the fact that you're still doing the podcast and that nothing stops the signal. So yeah. So you start
Yeah.
this levels like that, and and you like I said, you have to either be stealthy when you need to be stealthy, or go, balls to the walls, kill everything. Uh, you might
Oh
have a
my
mission
god.
where, for example, you're told, like, there's one little bit of little tiny spoiler here, but it's not a big deal. That you have to kill this DJ, and this DJ, when you look at him, he looks like a dead mouse type of
Oh
DJ,
my god.
where they have like the helmet. It's not exactly the mouse helmet, but that they're going for that look.
Right, right, right,
And
right.
and one of your instructions that your handler tells you is, this guy is a pathological liar. Do not talk to him. Do not talk to him. Just kill him, because you do get chances of when you encounter some people, you have conversations, and then like someone might say something, and you start getting a timer where at the very beginning of the timer you can just say, oh, shut up, or just be rude, or just interrupt, or get out, or whatever. Or you can actually choose from a menu, of dialogues, you know so, but you
Okay.
gotta you have, it's time. You gotta make your choice. I mean, you have enough time to be able to read all the choices and pick the one that you want to say. But you gotta be on your feet on those. So anyway, in this case, it'll say, do not talk to him. So what you're supposed to do is kill him. That's your choice. But I'm like thinking, like, why my handler doesn't want me to talk to him? So I spoke to him,
Of
and
course.
and of course I'm not gonna say what happens or anything like that. But needless to say, obviously my handler was not very happy with the fact that I basically broke his rules. And then whenever you finish a mission and you go back to the house and to your apartment and you go to you sleep and you have this nightmare, you wake up and then you visit your psychologist, which I
What
think your
the?
psychologist might be your handler actually, because he's the one that, like, you're talking to him about. From what I understand, you're supposed to be like a veteran of some war,
Okay.
and you had an accident, and this is the reason why it caused you to be like the way you are. But you're also like a good assassin that you're dependable, And I think your psychologist is your handler at the same time, because he's the one saying, he gives you some sort of like drug or medication or something,
Oh my God.
and those are the ones that allow you to pretty much like have super reflexes. Like, say for example, in some areas you can press a button and go really slow. I mean, a slow time, so that you can pass through some laser barrier, for example, or hit a bullet with your sword, for example, or stuff like that.
So it's
To
giving you speed.
It gives you speed. Exactly, exactly.
I meant the drug.
Yeah, the drug is. Oh, he's giving you speed. Yeah, I guess he is. I guess he is. So I haven't uncovered the mystery of it, but dude, it is that mystery, devolver digital vibe that you get from playing, most of their games. Like it feels like Hotline Miami, to be honest with you, but
Okay.
side scroller based on that.
All right. All right. So
So
sort of kind of like brave for this,
yes,
but I have never played a Devolver Digital game.
at all, really.
I don't think so.
You should actually. You should be. And Hotline Miami was a game that was free several times on PSN. You probably have marked it, but if you have,
Probably.
if you haven't, they got to be really cheap. They're really good. They are really good in the sense that it's like the graphics look very unappealing, but like the story and the gameplay makes you not care about it because it is very good. It's super engaging.
Okay.
The writing is like top notch. So that was, that is Katana Zero. Highly recommend that. Uh, and then I played a little bit of. I went back to Katamari Damacy Reroll on Nintendo Switch, and available on Nintendo Switch and PC. I have the PC version. Not gonna talk a lot about that, other than to say, if you own a PC or the Nintendo Switch version, you should grab that because that game makes you happy. That
Oh
game
my God.
is a game that will make you feel irie. And the last game that I delve into a little bit just to kind of remember, because I remember playing this like a couple of times, and then I dropped it with the intention of going back to it, and I never did. Was Next Machina, which is a shoot 'em up, from Housemark. Uh, so Housemark, if you remember the, oh, what's the name? Let me see. Housemark. What is the name of that game? They did Storm Divers, but they also did what are the other
Helldivers?
games? Hell, no, Storm Divers or Hell Divers. I know that they did Gun. It's the one I'm thinking. They did Gun, Alien Nation. Remember Alien Nation?
I remember, I don't think I played it, but I remember it.
It is
Did I
really
play it? No,
it
I didn't play it.
I used to stream with Mad Dog. That game is super fun.
That's where
Uh,
I've seen it.
yeah,
I think I might
yeah,
have seen it there.
yeah. And my bad, they didn't do Helldivers. They did. I was thinking of Helldivers, but it's actually Alienation, the one.
Oh, there you
So
go.
yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah,
there's
yeah,
there's very similar games, or
yeah.
from what I've seen.
Very similar, very similar. So the pedigree is that they do really good, shoot 'em ups like that type. And this game is no exception. This game is fantastic. It has some cool voxel graphics where, when things get destroyed, they break up into like this, like million pieces that you see, covering the entire screen. It looks dope.
Yeah.
It's another one where If you see it on a at a low price, or actually the game's worth its money, but
It's
I'm
worth it,
saying
yeah.
because it's old. I think it came up in I want to say 2017. So if you see like on sale or something, definitely grab it because it is super fun. And so those are all the games that I've played this week, and I'm thankful because I wanted to play something because I was having a drop where I didn't know what to play, man. Uh,
How
and
many
and
how many games do you own?
it is an innumerable amount because in Steam alone, I gotta have. I
I'm
have.
getting a refill on my beer, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, you getting a refill? Oh, by the way,
Uh,
we didn't say what we were having.
oh
What?
no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
What?
having my classic golden monkey because at this point, this is all I'm drinking.
Oh, all right, cool, cool, cool. I grabbed myself some Einstock Icelandic toasted porter. Naldo brought it one time, and I really liked it. It has like a coffee-ish flavor, like a dark chocolate
Really?
flavor. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So slightly better.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's yeah, it's like a porter is, or I don't know. It is actually really good. I really like it.
I'm not a beer connoisseur. Okay, I just drink beer.
No, me neither. Honestly, I know that I like brown ales. Those are my favorite,
I don't
and
like the earthy ones, whichever that ones may be.
I
I
think
don't.
that might be the brown ales. Actually, I don't know. My dog might know better, but I don't. The IPAs are my least favorite. So, and those are what people consider the real beers, or at least I don't know people that don't know like me. Sir, I gotta tell you about two movies that I watch before we
Okay.
go to the next segment.
Okay. Yeah. Don't worry. I was dying
This is the
to
moment.
get to this point.
Well, let me start. Okay, I don't know which one you're gonna be more excited. I'm gonna mention
Oh,
two. I'm gonna say both of them, and you
go
gonna tell
ahead.
and you tell me which one you wanna hear about.
Sure.
And no spoilers on whichever one you haven't seen. But I watched John Wick 3, Parabellum, and I watched Django Unchained.
Okay. Let's talk about John Wick 3 because I'm dying to watch it. Haven't watched it. Watch the other two. Love them. Kind of I hate the fact they're doing a fourth one. I feel like they're stretching it and or milking it. Please stop. Quit while you're ahead, guys. Quit while you're ahead.
Let's talk about John Wick, Parabellum. And
What?
you haven't watched it, so I'm not gonna spoil anything honestly, but I'm just gonna
Right.
give my honest opinion.
Hit.
Uh yeah, no man. Unfortunately, they lost it.
Really?
Yes.
They already milked it? It's already
They
dry?
I think I have my feel of John Wick. I was let me preface this with saying this is not I'm not saying it's a terrible movie because it's not. It's still gonna entertain you. All right. So it's still worth going to the movies. I'm not gonna say don't waste your money or anything like that because it's not that it's bad. It's just that if John Wick
It's
was
John Wick again.
excellent, no, well, John Wick the first one was excellent,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, hell yeah.
John Wick 2, I there was parts where I felt like he even took it to a next level, but
Right.
they were riding that edge of, oh yeah, okay, this is awesome, but be careful because you're going a little too much into the mythical side of
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you could lose yourself on it easily, and then you see the end of John Wick 2, and you're left with, okay, I want to see what happens next, but at the same time you're like, but they better not fuck it up because I don't
Right,
know.
exactly,
It
of
felt
course.
too. It feels too weird. It's like when you're playing. It's like when you're playing. What you played for the first time, Uncharted 2, let's say,
Oh god, that was such an
and
amazing game.
you were getting amazing, but at the end of it, they started throwing those supernatural elements, and you were like, oh shit, what the
Yeah.
hell is this? Kind of like, be careful, you're going
But
into.
they did the same thing in the first one though, so it wasn't really
Oh, there you
strange.
go. There you go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe it's that. So no, I'm not saying that John Wick has any, zombies or
Right,
supernatural
right. But
elements like
but
that.
okay, John Wick himself is it's like
He's the
what
mythical
is
thing. Yeah.
spilling over to like Neo territory.
Yes, yes, yeah. Sir, unfortunately, they pretty much took him there.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
it is a movie where the story became nonsensical. Like at this point, the things that are happening in the movie don't follow any logical sense. It's more it's more like, oh, this it'll be cool if in this part this happens.
And
You
for
know,
whatever reason, it happens
for
because
whatever
that.
reason it happens, exactly, for whatever reason, this, he gets treated this way or that way when he gets here, or he has the majigger, or whatever. It becomes it becomes a part where it's less about the story that is happening and more about the craziness. And there are some people that are really going to appreciate the craziness of it,
Right.
and hey, listen, I love them fights, the fight scenes, the first hour of that movie. I was laughing at some of the things that will happen. I was like just like busting out laughing because they were so insane that they were cool. But I will say by 2/3 of it already, like I was done, honestly. And my wife too. My wife saw it and she felt the same way. It was like, okay, this is too much. This is just too much of the same shit already. The crazy fights and the stuff like that. And you gotta give me a reason for the things that are happening. You can't just have like crazy fights for the sake of it, you know. Because then at some point they become boring, and at the end of it, I swear to you, I was yawning. Like during the craziest fight scenes, I was bored already, because they it there was, dude, this movie has a freaking desert level. All right. You know how
What?
yeah, you know how lately, like most of the movies that have come out lately, uh like I can think of one, Aquaman. You remember when Aquaman, really cool DC movie, at least I liked it, but for some reason it has a desert level, and you're like, why the fuck is Aquaman in
Oh
the
yeah,
desert?
yeah, 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 yeah.
It like you even get that here. You
Oh
even
my
get that
god.
here for no reason. It's dude is when I
Yes,
tell
would it be cool to see John Wick in the desert? Yes. Fuck it, do it.
fuck it, do it. Put him in the desert. Why is he
Put
going
him
to
in
the
the
desert?
desert.
Who knows?
Why?
Just because, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
These are the rules of the world doesn't have it doesn't have a logical sense anymore. It's just a fantastical set. Well, not I don't want to use this word fantastical, because it's not. I'm not trying to say that the movie is like elves and orcs and shit like that. What I'm trying to say is that the the suspension of disbelief just went too far. At this point, it's
Okay.
like this is not the real world
I
anymore. This
mean,
is just
hell, even in the second one, when he gets shot in his bulletproof suit and he uses it to cover himself,
yes.
and you're like, can none of these assholes shoot in any other body parts?
Oh, when he was walking in the middle of something, and suddenly like everybody stopped in their tracks, even kids and everybody around him just
Like,
stops in this track,
do
like
you
if it
like
was the
live
freaking
amidst
Matrix.
assassins 24? Like, what is happening?
Like it's everybody an assassin. I know. It's just ridiculous. I can't describe it any other way. It just got way too ridiculous. And the fourth movie is happening because of course this is setting you up for it,
Oh
and I
God.
honestly don't care. Like at this point, with John Wick 4, it's probably gonna be one movie that I will watch on Amazon Prime, because I got bored. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to say now. You, I, I'm saying this, but is it a bad movie to to me? Like hmm, it's not badly done. It was not. It's not the worst movie that I've ever seen, but
Right.
it's not like
But the story is kind of bad, but the
the
action
story's
is really
not.
good.
The actions, the actions, well, up to a certain extent, because again, it just goes
Oh,
way too much of
okay.
it, way too much of the, of the fighting. Some people might like that. Me,
All right.
I was hoping for something that will stitch things together, and that this will be the actual last chapter, and not just oh, and by the way, we're just gonna make this a franchise because this is gonna be our next, Fast and Furious now, or whatever. It's
Okay.
that,
So
yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, what do you give it?
Oh, this I will probably give it a 5.
Wow. So an average movie.
It is no, well,
5 is average as fuck.
fat. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's not terrible or anything like that, but it to me, it's not like it's not on the pantheon of any. It's not John Wick. It's not John Wick 2. It's not John Wick 1. This
It's
this
not
is
John Wick
just
2. It's definitely not John
you
Wick
put too much salt on this plate that you were making. Try to season it. You just wait. You just put too much salt, and now you just ruined it. So
1.
that's
With this one,
parabellum
they
to me.
overcooked it, motherfucker.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Well, they're gonna overcook it with the
Okay.
next one.
So you watch Django Unchained.
Yes, sir.
I have a question for you.
Shoot, I know which one. I know what you want to ask.
Did you like it?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask
Yeah.
why
Why
have
haven't
you
you
not
watched Pulp Fiction yet?
to spite you guys? No, 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 no,
Fucking hell.
no, 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 no. Django, I liked
Was
it.
just subverting expectations. I learned
Honestly,
that from Game of Thrones.
yes, subverting expectations. Oh my god. No, Django Unchained, a Quentin Tarantino joint, with Jamie Foxx, with Christoph Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio is there, of course, Kerry Washington, and Samuel motherfucking Jackson, among other,
Samuel L.
among another,
fucking
a lot of
Jackson.
cats, but fucking Jackson, dude. Yes, Django. It's another movie. This one came out in 2012, I want to say. Uh, yeah, this one
Amazing
is.
movie. Amazing movie.
It's really good. I'm gonna give this one an 8, a solid
A
8,
solid 8. Yes,
a
I agree.
solid 8.
Solid
Yeah,
8.
yeah, 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 yeah. It was fun. The craziness was there, and
Oh yeah.
even though with this,
All the Tarantino craziness, it's all there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And even with the subject matter, which I was like, oh man, I hope they don't go like super tasteless on it or anything like that. Uh, I mean, there were some areas where you were like, oh fuck, But they didn't over. I didn't feel like they overdid it
Yeah.
or anything like that. It was just, it was really good. It was. I enjoyed
Like
Django.
it's not tastefully done, but it's well done.
Yeah, it's well done. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. There's some dude, that scene with the dogs, man. That was
Oh god.
brutal. That was just bad. I mean, that was just
Yeah.
wrong. It was it. Not nothing on the cinematography of this movie. I have any complaints.
But okay, I'm gonna throw this out there because I watched a few videos about the movie.
Uh
They never particularly show
huh.
the brutality of those deaths. They show you everybody's reaction to it.
Yeah.
When
Well,
it comes, okay, let me say this right. When it
uh,
comes to the death of the slaves, of the black people in the movie, they
uh,
never show it. They never really show it. That they
oh
imply
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and they show you the
They're not
reaction.
celebrating it. Yeah, they're not celebrating it or anything like that. I know what you mean.
But when Django goes off killing all them white dudes, it's all and obviously this is done on purpose. This is not done. This is not like there's.
Yeah, this is not a commentary on anything.
Right, right.
It's not meant to be.
That's
This is
the
not a
theme of the
political
movie,
statement or anything
so-
like that. This is a move. This is a movie. So
Right, and that's all done in purpose. Which again, it's very well done.
yeah, yeah,
And it's those things that you really appreciate it in the movie. It's
yeah.
a good movie.
I thought it was great. Django. It's yeah. Wow. It's a good one. I wouldn't say it's like the best Tarantino movie. 'Cause evidently
course
I
not.
haven't watched that one. I haven't watched
Okay.
that one yet.
Okay, before I jump into that, I just want to point out. Okay, Jamie Foxx is Spawn in the next Spawn movie in the movie that Todd McFarlane is directing.
Is that right?
He's been
Okay.
casted as Spawn.
Wow. I didn't. Wow. That's cool. All right.
This is not news. This is not new news, at least.
It was to me. I didn't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I follow Todd McFarlane. This is I think at least 4-month old. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't. I don't. Jamie Foxx grew on me because I didn't particularly like his, his as an actor, but I can't say that
He's
his
not a
acting
bad
was
actor.
bad. He's not bad. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
And that's not what I'm saying. Like he's a good actor.
Yeah.
I don't know if I see him as Spawn. It's
Well, that's the cool thing. If they can subvert our expectation, it's it's like the new
okay,
Batman.
okay. Yeah, we'll get into that by the way. But let me preface what the Spawn movie is supposed to be.
uh,
Todd McFarlane doesn't want to do just a regular superhero movie because Spawn is not just a regular superhero, right? He's trying to do a horror movie where Spawn is the boogeyman. You, as a viewer, know it, but
that
obviously everybody else is getting slaughtered. Does not.
uh,
So
that's cool.
that's what they're going for. That's
That's
what
cool.
he's going for.
I'll
Yeah.
be the I'll be totally I'll eat that up because
And
that
then,
sounds like a really
oh,
good idea.
if there was news to you, by the way, he was because he wants to direct it.
Uh,
So everybody said no to him, but Blumhouse Production actually said yes. So
oh,
it's happening.
I'll be down. I'll be super down with with that because it's a new take,
Yeah.
something unexpected.
Did you
That's
watch
for
the
sure.
original Spawn movie?
I
It's
don't
bad.
believe so.
It's
Yeah, because
bad.
I don't have any recollection of having.
I own the Blu-ray, and I
Oh
saw
yeah.
it when it first came out. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's bad." The effects were ahead of its time,
Uh-huh.
especially when he's standing with his cape, and it looks amazing. But
Mm.
I mean, obviously, it still looks outdated as hell. And my God, they rushed through the
Yeah.
whole story so bad.
Hmm.
Yeah, mm. And they try to set it up for sequels.
Really.
Oh
And they
yeah,
say nope.
yeah,
It
nah,
was
hell
like,
no, that shit was not going anywhere.
mm, well, let's see what Jamie Foxx brings to the table with
Okay,
Spawn. 'Cause that sounds interesting.
why haven't you watched Pulp Fiction?
Sir, we're not gonna go into this.
Sir,
So,
we are. Sir, I have waited so long
all
to talk to you about.
right, all right. So, Pulp Fiction is it's a movie that I am interested in watching. Right now, I haven't watched just because it just feels like I lose something if I do. Like
No,
I
you
have
won't
that
lose
card against you
anything,
guys.
but you will
But
gain so much.
no, no,
Well, I
I
don't know
know,
about
I
so
know.
much, but
Honestly, I'm not totally not anti, watching Pulp Fiction. I realize it's a great movie, and some great quotes out of it, and this and that. But I don't
you
know. It's
say
just
that, but you don't even
I'm not,
know.
I'm not a huge, I don't, I don't do TV a lot. I'm not a huge movie watcher. Whenever there is something on, that I want to watch is because it's usually like my particular interest already, or I sit down. Like sometimes I will watch a movie
Okay.
with my wife because she want to watch something, and I'll be like, okay, let me just spend time with her, and then that thing that grabs me, and then I have fun, and then
Okay.
I'm glad that I watched it.
Did you
But
watch Django Unchained with your wife?
yes, I did.
Okay, so you can watch Pulp Fiction with her. That's cool.
Yeah.
That being said, okay, I understand that you're not a big movie buff. I get it. I get it. That's perfectly okay. But when I have heard you say that you watched a movie that everybody told you was bad and you watched it regardless,
I was talking
but
about
you
Jupiter ascending.
but you can't sit down and watch one of the best movies ever made. I don't
I,
care. Fuck it. I'll
dude,
say it like that.
I don't know. It's I have
There is
gaping
no excuse.
holes on my list of movies. Like I have never watched a single Indiana Jones movies. Not a single one.
Wow.
No, the Raiders of the Lost
Wow.
Ark. No, the other one. No, the Crystal Skull. No, nothing.
See, my
Uh,
parents raised me right. My mother made me watch those movies when I was a kid.
no, my parents did not care on that. So I was looking at Star Wars because it was Star Wars. But
Okay.
no Raiders of the Lost Ark, no
Really? No
yeah,
indie at all?
no
I mean,
indie,
honestly, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, that's total garbage. You're not missing
no
anything there.
no Rocky. The first Rocky that I watched was Rocky
Oh my God,
4,
I know. I heard.
and I
Stop.
watched
Stop.
from Rocky 4 all the way to Creed 2, which
I
I
gotta
watched
watch the Creed
recently.
movies. I gotta watch the Creed movies. I'm not gonna lie. I want to watch
Yeah,
the Creed
yeah,
movies.
they're good. They're good. They're entertaining. But yeah, I did not watch Rocky 1, 2, or 3. Um, I I know that I have seen Rambo, but there's got to be at least one that I haven't seen, and I'm thinking maybe it's like that previous one that came out
Oh, I think I've
recently.
seen the first one, and that's it.
Okay, First Blood is the only one that I remember seeing.
And I don't even remember seeing.
I've probably
Like
seen them all,
I
but
barely don't even remember it anymore.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, not to go into a big thing of because the list will put you to
Okay,
sleep. There's so
why
many of them.
haven't you watched Pulp Fiction though?
It's gonna happen. I haven't watched it because there's some
Because
other
it's
pressing
not
thing.
like we're telling you watch Indiana Jones,
All right, listen.
or watch whatever
We gotta
Rocky
we
One.
gotta jump into the next segment. Of this podcast is gonna be like 4 hours. All right.
Okay, I
So
understand.
we're gonna if you guys think
Chain
that
this
I
motherfucker down to a chair and forcing him to watch the goddamn movie.
post a comment below if you guys
I'm gonna tape a
think I
3D
should take
headset to your
time
face.
to watch Pulp Fiction. Uh, Stick around. We'll be right back with the news to abuse.
News to abuse.
That's what we're calling it.
Okay.
And we are back.
We have
Ladies and gentlemen,
returned.
we have returned, of course, featuring the one and only Chaos Reaper. He is telling it like it is throughout the entire show.
Now and
There's
forever.
nothing stops the signal.
Nothing stopped the
and
signal.
nothing stops the chaos as he reaps as the Reaper that he is. Anyway,
Okay. That I mean, it started off well.
yeah, yeah, it was going. Yeah, yeah. I should have stopped what I had. I lost it. I lost it.
You went for
Trailer
that of the week.
There you go. Trailer of the week, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen just one because let's face it, it's just gonna be that one.
Apparently, there was nothing else because Dream didn't even send me anything else.
There was
like,
some.
listen, just take my word for it. And to be fair, you did explain to me the other options.
There were some other options there, but
what I heard, let's just go with Rambo.
yeah, exactly. Let's go. Let's talk about Rambo. Last Blood. So this
Last
is not.
Blood.
He already spilled his first blood. This is gonna be his last.
But I doubt it's gonna be the last movie. See, because the next movie is gonna be Rambo: New Blood.
Oh,
It's gonna
God
keep going, man.
damn it, man! Why are you giving Hollywood ideas?
It's because it's that simple. It's that easy. That took me 5 seconds to come up with.
Oh, no, 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 no! Please
Okay.
let it not be another Rambo after this one. This is the one where he dies or something. I don't know.
Okay, and you know what? I have a feeling, just from how the movie looks, it feels like somebody watched Logan one too many times. You know?
I was thinking something on those lines, especially that monologue.
Yeah. That and that last bit looks like he's about to like plunge the knife. It might be into himself. It could very well be. I don't know. It feels a very, very. I will sacrifice myself for whatever reason.
Oh, but before I sacrifice myself, I'm going to
kill
sacrifice.
everybody.
I'm going to sacrifice the movies that are going, that are
Yeah.
coming after me for some reason that I don't know because I haven't I've watched well I shouldn't be saying obviously because I like we were talking before I have
Please.
some gaps but I have seen Rambo for for you guys you guys just can rest now be at
You can put
peace.
down the pitchforks. Put down the
Yes,
pitchforks.
yes, I have watched the Rambo movies, with the exception of the most recent one. That came out.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
wanna
watch that
say-
either.
When was that? When was that one out?
It feels like it's been like at least 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, yeah. Rambo. What was it? It was 2008.
Holy
2008
shit!
was the last one? Yeah, well, yeah. We have First Blood in 1982.
Wait. Are you serious that it happened 11 years ago?
Yeah, yeah. I know. I was thinking also maybe
Ah.
2012, 2013. Nope, 2008.
Damn.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, so I can't speak to how good it was or not.
Me either.
Yeah. So.
But I heard it was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I had
I
a
mean,
friend who told me it was good. But
If it is, I kind of like because when I see seeing this trailer, like I'm interested. It looks I want to see how it ends, and this should be the ending because, especially when you look at Sylvester Stallone, and by this
Seriously.
time,
Well, I
yeah,
mean, come on, man. Even Schwarzenegger has a reason as to why he's aging in the movies now,
yeah,
because they covered this. Oh, because I'm covered in real skin, so the skin actually ages. Fuck
ages.
you. Fuck you very much.
It was. I mean, it's
You know what?
clever.
You know what? You're right. It is. It's actually very clever. It's actually pretty good that they came up with that. But still,
Yeah.
fuck you.
No, but what I understand is that I thought that model died on the movie, that T1000 or that T100 or whatever was his
What?
designation.
Wait.
Died at the end of Terminator 2.
Did you guys talk about that trailer before?
Of what? Of
Terminator. Yeah.
I think we did. Was it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We did last week.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
And we
because
were
that
talking just that. We were
that
saying just
opens.
that.
Oh yeah, that opens a whole bunch of problems with the timelines and shit here. That I mean, I guess we can just shove in more time travel in it and call it a day.
Well, Terminator is about time travel because that's how it starts. So,
Well, you know what
but
I mean with the robot,
no, true, true, true. And to
and
be fair, they retcon like everything after
everything,
two.
everything.
So where is that going? I don't know. I
How do you
also
feel
did think
about
that
that?
Terminator, like I don't know, it didn't grab me. Like, it's early to tell. I'll probably
No, no, no.
watch
I
it,
mean,
but
I mean them dropping, retconning all those movies. How do you
oh,
feel about that?
I was fine with that. I mean,
Yeah,
mostly because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them I haven't seen, but also like
three
from
was
what I
pretty
heard.
fucking bad.
Yeah, exactly. From what I
I saw
heard.
three.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't like the idea though. I don't like the idea of, oh, let's just pretend this never happened, unless they do it for Star Wars with the prequel. If they just
um.
pretend that prequels never happened, that would be the shit. That would be awesome.
Well, I mean, it gave us Darth Maul, which is like the baddest motherfucker in the galaxy for like 5 seconds and then
And
died.
he dies like a bitch, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, seriously, how long was he fucking flying through the air before it sliced him in half?
I
And he's
know.
just there looking at him, like, come on, Darth.
Yeah,
Oh, you can do
yeah.
better than this.
To, with all respect to Darth Maul, he did not lose like a bitch. It
Yes,
took
he did.
two Jedis to
No, no,
bring
no,
him
no. He
down.
died like a bitch.
He died like a bitch.
He
No,
killed the master, but couldn't deal with the bitch ass students. Come on,
no.
man.
He was tired, maybe. He was taking on two,
Tired.
both of them.
Tired.
Uh,
Listen, listen. Let's not get into it because that whole scene doesn't make any goddamn sense. Okay?
I know, I know. Anyway, let's jump right into the news that we could use. And there's actually quite a few. Nothing major because I feel like most of the announcements are being saved
There's something major for me. Shut up.
for for E3. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
By
there's
all,
something major here for me.
all right. Well, lay it down.
And you
Let's
know
talk
what?
about yours.
Okay, so Mortal Kombat 11 finally revealed their DLC pack characters.
Oh, I
Okay?
didn't know that.
Yes.
Talk to me.
All right, all right. So there's a certain character that I've been waiting to appear as a guest character in Mortal Kombat for what was it? 2009 that
Right?
Mortal Kombat, right? When they
The
rebooted
reboot?
it?
I
Yeah.
think so. I want to say yes.
I
Uh,
it was either since then or at least 10. I think it was 9, but whatever. But at some point, Todd McFarlane did say that NetherRealms had the rights to use Spawn in their games. And I
oh,
had been waiting for so long, and they finally confirmed it that for Mortal Kombat 11 on the first DLC pack, he will be there, along with
oh,
Nightwolf, Sindel, and Shang Tsung.
oh! I thought that I thought that the next one that was coming was gonna be Chen Sung, uh,
Yes.
but
By the way, the trailer for the gameplay trailer for Shang Tsung is already out, and
oh,
he is portrayed by the actor that portrayed him in the movie.
Really? That's
Yes, and
awesome.
it's so good. It's so
Oh,
good.
oh my God, that's great. I'm glad. I'm looking at a screenshot right now. Oh
Yes,
yeah, that looks fantastic.
so good.
That's very well done. Very well done. No, I thought that the whole thing with Mortal Kombat 11 was that it was gonna be the Terminator. That's what I heard.
They have, for whatever reason, they have hinted at Ash from the Evil Dead, or at least this is what people are predicting, and
Uh-huh.
the Terminator. Which, to be honest, I'm kind of over with all the movie characters making a. Listen,
Yeah,
it spawned because I've been waiting for him forever. But I
yeah,
mean, we had the Predator, Alien, Freddy, Jason. We've had a whole bunch of like random ass characters. I think we should just call it a day. But whatever. They're giving me Spawn, and I will take it.
but wait a minute. But wasn't Spawn featured on Soul Calibur?
Yes, for the
What?
Xbox
Right?
360, and I've never played. I never owned a 360.
Oh,
Yeah. The only game I ever actually bought was Fable 2, which if you listen to the podcast, I was in.
able to. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually go over that. So yeah.
So I thought, okay, so Spawn confirmed for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yes, they haven't shown gameplay yet, so honestly, I won't believe it until I see gameplay of it.
Uh-huh.
But yes, that's what they announced.
That is cool. I mean, what is there not
I'm
to believe?
super excited.
If they
Listen,
announce it, if they say that's gonna happen, then it's
it's
gotta
the
happen.
only reason I'm buying this game. Okay?
Yeah,
The
it's not.
Spawn is
I'm playing Mortal Kombat. Like I said, it's actually it's good. It's really good. But I'll talk about the how I feel about the entirety of the single player campaign, because that's what I'm interested in when I'm playing those games. Uh,
listen, I hear you. For the most part, well, the last two were good.
yeah,
Uh,
the last two.
last
Well,
two were good.
I didn't
Yeah, you
play
haven't
I
played
didn't
it.
play
I,
10.
I do recommend it though.
Yeah,
The last two, yeah,
I
yeah,
own it.
there were
I own
good
it on
stories.
PC.
Really?
Okay.
Then yeah, just go through the story, man.
I even thought of playing that before 11, but I wanted to I wanted to see 11 because I heard so many things about the single player. So
Mortal Kombat 10 was really good.
yeah, all
Yeah,
right,
the
all right.
fatalities and everything. Yeah, good
I
shit.
got you. I got you. I got you. Square Enix will reveal its Avenger game at E3.
Finally, Jesus
Finally, I know.
Christ.
Actually, to I want to say that I think Mad Dog asked me, "Will it happen?" And I said no, and he was like, "Why not? It makes no sense. This is the time. This is the moment they have to do it, because otherwise, like, we are at the height of the the event of the property, basically,
Yeah. Well,
with the movie and all that happening this year. Like,
the
what are
hype
they
is
gonna do?
high. The hype is high for Avengers just because of Endgame. Yes.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I don't know why I think I was thinking more like, well, they would have released it already. Well, I don't believe Square Enix will deliver on it ever. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like,
Well,
I think my
just think about it. Just think
uh,
about it. The hype is at its peak with Endgame, right?
right.
The Endgame already came out. It's the hype is gonna go down, so they gotta keep that up somehow, you know?
Well, with
Because
this
let's be
reveal,
real, the next few movies they're not gonna carry the same hype
no,
that
no,
Endgame
probably
carries.
not.
No way, no
But
way.
I tell you with this reveal, I am listening. I am listening
I am,
closely.
I am,
They
yes,
got my attention.
definitely got my attention.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
to the radar.
Yeah, yeah. So the big
Like
reveal for
on the radar.
Marvel's Avengers will be on June 10. Square Enix is finally set to reveal its long-awaited Avengers game, according to a tweet from Marvel Entertainment. The comic and movie giant tweeted on Wednesday morning that the reveal will come in June 10 during Square Enix E3 2019 press briefing, which is set to begin at 9 p.m. Eastern. The tweet referred to the games as Marvel's Avengers. Interesting take. Like, I wonder if that's how most of this gaming, this this universe, this new, because I don't think this is based, or I don't expect this to be based on the movie, right? I think it might be like its own take, kind of like Spider-Man, like Marvel's Spider-Man on PS4. It's its own
Yeah.
take, it's not based on the Spider on the Spidey from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right. Right. Right.
At least I'm hoping that the Avengers will take the same, that it's not going to be based
It would make
directly.
sense. You don't wanna limit yourself to whatever the movie has established.
Yeah, exactly. Because we already know in the movie everybody dies at the end, right? So
Yeah.
there's gotta
Yeah.
be something, At
Thanos
least
wins. And
Thanos wins. Yeah, everybody lives
everybody's
happily
dead.
ever after in the afterlife.
Yeah. By the way, I did want to point out that at least Chang Sung will be released on June 18th.
Oh, we started with that.
First for combat pack owners. I don't know exactly what that means. I
Oh,
don't know
for
if the yeah
oh
for
for the
combat
for the
because I did
season. Yeah,
yeah.
probably the people that own the season pass or something.
But I don't see anything here about when the actual combat pack will be released. I mean, it might be the same day that day, I guess.
Probably. I don't know. The next piece of news is all yours, sir.
All right, so Xbox Game Pass coming to PC.
What?
Yeah, and I'm reading this off of Polygon because God bless Polygon.
I am listening.
Microsoft is bringing its Xbox Game Pass subscription service, which offers access to a vast library of Xbox One games for a monthly fee, to Windows PC. Instead of console games, however, Xbox Game Pass for PC will offer a curated library of over 100 high quality PC games on Windows 10. Wait, what?
Awesome.
Wait,
Awesome.
what does that mean instead of console games, though?
Because well, it's probably saying like, well, but for PC games, there's a shitload of PC games,
Right.
and that are exclusive, not because just because of the nature of them. Maybe it could be like, I don't know, Age of Empires or something.
Well, it
Uh,
says that it include that its list of more than 100 PC games will come from publishers like Bethesda Softworks, which we all know that Mad Dog absolutely loves.
oh yeah, big fan of that guy.
Deep Silver, Devolver Digital, which again, it's Mad Dog's absolute, he absolutely hates them.
Yeah, he
Paradox
despises.
Interactive, no idea, and Sega, which obviously Sonic, hello,
Yes.
every Sonic game is gold.
Yeah, and they have plenty of Sonic games. Ah, hurrah!
My
Uh,
God, I think it has more games than Mario.
Paradox Entertainment, they do have a few PC games that are like right up there, the on the echelon of really good games. I'm trying to remember that city builder that they have, which is like what SimCity should have been, but they did it right, and I forget what it was called. Let me see if I can find it here in my library. It is City Skylines.
I
What?
feel like
Wait,
I've heard about that.
City Skyline. I think it's either available or it is coming for consoles. Wait, is City Sky? Am I not talking out of my ass? I'm hoping I'm not talking out of my ass. I want to say that was Paradox Interactive, but no, I don't know. I might be talking out of my ass. Anyway,
Oh my God.
it's good. It's great to hear. It's really good to hear because like I'll be down. I'll be interested in game in a Windows Game Pass uh of that sort. Something that opens up games, not just the Microsoft a stable of games because haha, what's stable? They don't have games at all. But if they're getting boosted by Bethesda and by Paradox and by
Listen,
all
listen.
those other things.
If this in some way, form, or manner gives me the entire franchise of Gears of War, I'll buy into it.
Well, it does. I mean, it should at least in
Okay, because
principle.
I just want to point out, and I said this in on the last podcast I was in.
Uh-huh.
They only have Gears of War 1 and
Uh-huh.
4.
Wait, for PC, you mean?
Yeah, right now for PC they have 1 and
Oh,
4.
right. Because they did I forgot about that completely. They remade Gears of War 1 on PC for
Right.
Windows 10, and then 4 it is available. 4 they released as part of their normal. Yeah. You're
But two
right.
and three, you can go fuck yourself, right? There's no way. And why am I gonna play a game that goes from
Play
one
that.
to four? I'm
Play
like,
that on
I'm
360.
I'm missing out, right? Like I'm missing out on so much. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
That's okay. I'm sure. Listen, with if this might be the antithesis of what Microsoft Master Plan is gonna end up being, which is, hey, you don't owe a 360, you never own a 360, but guess what? You can stream those games now, and you'll be able to play two and three without having to worry about it on your PC. You
See,
know?
then I'll buy into it.
Yeah. That sounds really good to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what?
they did not they did not announce a launch date or pricing for the Xbox Game Pass for PC, but they did say that they're gonna share more on the Xbox on the E3 presentation on June 9th.
I need to see that.
Yep.
I mean, obviously I'm going to, but like I I heard some good vibes about what's going on here. Of course, there's always good vibes, but then I don't want to say that they disappoint, but like they usually have good E3s. It's they announce some great titles. It's just when they come out, you realize that they were not as great as they look.
Hmm.
They were not as exciting as they let you to believe, at least. So
And apparently the cloud power is not as great as he thought it was gonna
no,
be.
no, exactly. Dude, Crackdown 3 was
Oh my
rough,
God,
rough, bro.
so bad.
Yeah. Now, this is a piece of news that I am interested,
Okay.
in seeing through. Borderlands 2, not 3, Borderlands 2 is getting DLC to bridge the story gap with
What?
Borderlands 3. Yep.
Are
Yep.
you serious? I did not know that. What?
Yeah, this is happening. Gearbox,
Wow. After
Gearbox,
so long?
yeah, they have a
That's
new.
ballsy.
Yeah, well, it's not unprecedented though. If I don't know if you remember this, but there was when Portal 2 was announced, um they kind of changed. They didn't release DLC for Portal 1, but they did was that they changed the ending, believe it or not, a little bit. They tweaked it a little bit so it'll make sense to bridge it with how Portal 2 started. And I
But
think
that's
some of the games have
different,
done
though.
that. Well, it's different, but the principle is the same: is alter or change something from your old game so you can bridge it to the
Well,
sequel.
okay. How long between Portal 1 and 2, though? Like the actual games,
Uh,
and it's
oh, it was a while, I think.
yeah.
I
Because
don't I don't I
like
don't recall.
when did Borderlands 2 came out on the PlayStation 3, man?
Yeah, but that sounds like a really really long time ago. But
It
it was
was
probably 2011, 2012 maybe, or
Borderlands 2.
2011. I mean I can look it
Uh,
up. Check that for me while I read this report.
as soon as I find my phone, oh, there it is.
So Gearbox is reportedly working on a new piece of DLC for Borderlands 2, designed to set up the events of Borderlands 3. According to a PlayStation Lifestyle report, Gearbox will soon be releasing a DLC aiming at
Fuck.
bridging the gap. What happened?
2012.
There you go. I told you. I told you. Uh, Gearbox will soon be releasing a DLC aimed at bridging the gap between the events of Borderlands 2 and those of the upcoming Borderlands 3. The site revealed the add-on will be called Commander Lilith and the 5-4 Sanctuary, which notes will be
Oh.
announced and released during E3 week. So that's what you could expect to see it.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
if you recall, Lilith was the Siren class in the original Borderlands and has since appeared in Borderlands 2 and will play a role in Borderlands 3 as seen in the game's trailers. No other details about the DLC are known at this time. So, yes, sir, there is going to be this DLC, which is great because I kind of want to jump back. First of all, I do not like Gearbox, but I don't like any other offering from Gearbox except for Borderlands
Listen,
2,
as
and
far as I'm
Borderlands 3.
concerned, Gearbox is a Borderlands making machine.
Yeah, might as well. If anything else released from them, just
Everything is
completely
garbage.
ignore. because it's
Everything
garbage.
is garbage.
Yeah, everything else is garbage except for Borderlands. I
But
don't know how.
Borderlands,
I don't know how that
it,
is.
I don't either.
I don't understand how that happens.
But you did play Borderlands 2.
Oh yeah, I love Borderlands 2.
Me
Probably one of
too.
my favorite games
Me too.
of that time.
I actually I actually have more. I have like three characters that I leveled up.
I need to play.
So good.
I need to beat the Telltale's Borderland Tales of the Borderlands story because I started that thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be weak because come on, Borderlands really it was never about the story in this game, but surprisingly enough, it was the best of all those Telltale
Well,
games,
come on. The story in Borderlands
arguably.
2 was fucking good.
It was well, okay, you're not wrong, but
Okay, because you're right. You're right. The story in Borderlands 1 didn't matter. Okay,
what story?
that
Yeah,
was
yeah, that was
like
stupid. Well, yeah,
in order of importance, that was like the 10th thing on the
yeah,
list. Okay, that
yeah.
was like wait, that was but the one and two,
The one
that
and two
shit
was
was
it
good,
was it had good
funny.
writers.
It had
Yeah, it was funny.
it was so good,
It was yeah.
and
It
it
had
was
good writers.
emotional to a point. It was
Yeah,
emotional.
that's not that. Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. So I'm looking forward Borderlands 3.
Me too.
Absolutely.
And I
However,
haven't even watched the trailer because I really don't like watching
oh, dude,
trailers anymore.
you are there's a not a trailer, a 35-minute gameplay video of it,
Okay.
and it looks very Borderlands 2. Don't get me wrong, but that's okay because Borderlands 2 was great.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you
Uh,
think that we might go a little too far when we dive into all these trailers? Maybe not so much, not gameplay trailers, mind you,
uh,
because those I don't mind.
mm.
Story trailers, though. Like it
Oh,
with movies. Don't you feel like at some point they give away too much?
oh, absolutely, absolutely. We've had this conversation where we're saying, like, I will watch one trailer, and it's just because we need
To
to
get a
talk about it
feel
here.
for it. To get a feel
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah. Just the first trailer, but I don't want to continue watching trailers because at the end, yeah, they give you way too much. The marketing people do not know how to like they don't understand some of the projects. Maybe it might be. I got to give it to them though. The last Avengers trailers, evidently they were
You know,
handled properly.
yeah, you know what's funny? I read the same thing, but I never watched a single trailer.
Oh, I only watched one, and that was it. The first one. I never watched
Yeah,
any
I think I
after that.
watched the first one and that was it. But yeah, I watched the first one. You're right. I did watch the first one, and that was it. The
Yeah,
trailer with the time travel spoilers
yeah, yeah.
with the
Well,
suits, I didn't watch it. I did
yeah.
not watch
No.
it, and then I heard like, oh, it gives nothing away. I'm not gonna risk it. Fuck you. I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now I should watch the first trailer for Borderlands 3 at least. But I
Just a,
feel like I'm gonna get it anyways because I really do like Borderlands.
yeah, yeah. And I saw it, and honestly, like I couldn't understand anything of what was gonna happen. You know, it was just hey, Hanson Jack. It doesn't appear to be in it. Maybe.
I
Uh,
mean,
I'm okay.
we,
Same thing
we
with.
we
Uh,
really need to stop reviving villains at some
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So you got the next piece of news.
Oh, okay. So I found this interesting piece of news, and I won't say like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but I found it pretty. It's actually pretty cool.
Uh,
So apparently, there's this thing called Blizzard's Workshop, and Blizzard, and I'm reading this again off Polygon. Blizzard recently introduced the Overwatch Workshop, allowing users to tweak the rules of Overwatch or even make their own new game modes or hero prototypes. That's actually pretty cool.
that's cool. Like
So,
mod support almost.
right. So, actually, if you see the short video they have here of this
Uh,
is actually pretty cool. But someone recreated or created a mashup of Overwatch with Super Smash Brothers.
what?
Okay. And it has, I mean, I saw the short video of it. It has the zoomed out camera, right, to give you a 2D view of a 3D world.
Uh,
And the characters running, you know, in platforms and shit. And I think there's a Reinhardt, there's a McCree in this video. Let me see. Um, there's
that's
some
funny.
McCree, a soldier, a Brigitte. Yeah, those are the four. The guy, who is it? His name is Oh my God, where's the name of this guy?
Soldier.
Okay, it's AIF. Well, wow, I can't. This is not a word. AIFJS3.
Okay, so
Right,
F3.
that dude. That that dude. He's planning to continue developing the what he calls Super Smash Watch
Super
with
Smash Bros.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, with more maps. I don't know if he's gonna be adding more heroes because the balance in Overwatch can be a little bit all over the place.
True, true. That's cool actually. It almost sounds like not like full mod support, but be able to modify a little bit some of the things and let you create stuff. Kind of like with StarCraft. They did that with StarCraft.
Oh,
Uh
really? Listen,
yeah, yeah.
this says they have modes like Lucio Wall Skate Racing and Wrecking Ball Bumper Cars.
Oh wow. That's going a little
Oh
bit
my
out
God.
there. Well that
But
that's cool.
you know what game did that? And we sort of kind of went over this. I went over this with Mad Dog last time. And Little Big Planet 3 specifically.
Uh-huh.
People made games in that, like
Oh yeah.
absolutely new games that had nothing to do with Little Big Planet, nothing that you'd ever seen before in a Little Big, like full on Tron looking racing games and shit. And like, who has
Oh,
time for this?
oh yeah, no, people like doing that. That's the main idea of this upcoming game for PlayStation, Dreams. Dreams.
Oh, really?
That's the idea. Yeah, just here's the components. You can create anything. Like someone literally created. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Someone created what was it? The the first level of Shadow Moses from Metal Gear. Like, dude, if you see this, it's it's
On what?
amazing on using dreams.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Okay, but does it look like the game or
it looks like the game. It acts like it has the sounds of the game.
no
It is a
way?
crazy recreation. It is like the like the idea of dream. Like it doesn't entice me because I'm not a creator. But in
Right.
the right
Well,
hands, you can see some amazing things. You could probably some create, play or see some amazing recreations of different games.
is that a PC release?
No, no, that's for PS4.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, oh
Dreams. Yeah,
shit.
it's called Dreams. Yeah, yeah. Check it out when you get the
When does
chance.
it
And
come out?
I think it's in beta right now, but let me see.
Or
What
one of
what
these
is
days?
Dreams? Let's see. PS4 Dreams release date. Services. It said, excuse me. It says it's in early access right now.
Okay.
And it has been since April 16. So you can probably get into this and see what's available
Damn.
because
Yeah.
it does look it does look pretty neat. I gotta say I wasn't paying attention to it that much, but once I saw what people were creating, it's like okay, I need to see this because it looks mad cool, especially that that Metal Gear that
Yeah,
Metal
that
Gear
sounds
one.
that sounds interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I should just because I love the first Metal Gear, but I never own a GameCube. Surprising nobody.
Yeah.
Um, so I missed out on the remake, on the remaster.
Oh yeah, I missed out on it too, but that's okay. I got to play it on the PlayStation. So
Well, yeah, but I would love to see that game recreated in actual 3D, like
oh well,
polished
on
3D.
on newer too. Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, that shit was rough, man.
Did you ever play 4?
What?
Did you ever play Metal Gear Solid 4?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that was a great game, wasn't it?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
I mean, except every time it made you wait to you to like reinstall a certain part of the game for whatever
Oh
fucking
yeah.
reason. God, I hated
No,
that.
I remember the part where it makes you revisit back Shadow Moses and going back to it. It feels
Oh,
that's when you really start wishing
that
that there
is
was a remake of Metal
that
Gear Solid 4.
nostalgia just drop kicks you in the chest.
Yeah, yeah. Konami's never gonna do that though.
No, they're
Oh,
not.
who knows? Who knows? Because they have been actually on the remastering streak, which is my next piece of news, which is that Konami reveals
Segway.
Yes, thank you for ruining my segue. Konami reveals full Contra anniversary lineup, and it is pretty
Uh,
great.
yeah.
So the Contra Anniversary Collection will include the NES version of Contra, of course,
Oh God.
uh, the Sega Genesis game Contra Hard Corps, uh, and most other 8 and 16-bit classic run-and-gun series, including the Japanese and European versions of the
Wait.
games.
What?
Some of
What
which
did you
are
say? Hard corpse?
Hard Corps. Yes,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. And some games that have only been released in Japan and or at least versions of games that we have received, but that they have modified a little bit for the Japanese market and the European market. Which are obviously very different from what we got here in the U.S. So unique games are gonna be Contra, the arcade, Super Contra, the arcade, one of my favorite games, and the reason I'm gonna be balls deep into in this in this collectors series, I'm gonna definitely this is definitely on my radar. We already mentioned the Contra, the NES version of Contra, Super C for NES, another great game. I just love Super Contra, and I really love Super C. Operation C on Game Boy, which I never played.
What the hell?
Yeah, I never played that. That one. Contra 3: The Alien Wars for that came out on Super NES. Remember?
Listen, man. I played the first Contra, and that's about as far as I got.
What, sir?
And I didn't even know the Konami code.
OMG, sir, you have got to play. Then you need to get this because these games are fantastic. And if you never played Contra 3, you've never played video games.
Excuse
That,
the fuck out of you?
yes, that is the Pulp Fiction of
Oh, don't even start. Okay? Don't even start.
and of course, Contra Hard Corps, as we mentioned, came out on Sega Genesis. I have never played Contra Hard Corps. I played a somewhat recent game on that vein that was supposed to be a spiritual successor, which was called Hard Corps, and it came out on
Very original name.
PlayStation 3. Yeah, they just call it. They didn't call it Contra. They call it
Oh.
Hard Corps. That's it. You know. So those seven that I mentioned are the unique games that are coming out for this. Now the regional variants are there's a Contra version. The Contra version that came in Japan evidently is a little bit different. The Probotector, Probotector, which is a special version of Contra, came out in Europe for the Genesis actually, and Super Probotector, the Alien Rebels,
What
which
the hell?
came out on NES Europe, which is actually like a reskin of Contra 3, the Alien Wars. You see, what happened was that
What happened was.
back in the day, the Contra was deemed too violent for the European market.
Oh my god.
So what they did is they replaced the where you're shooting humans, you're no longer shooting humans, or you're not even a human yourself. You're actually this cyborg, and you are fighting. I mean, it's the same game. For all intents and purposes, it's the same game, but you are no longer a Contra. You are a Probotector, whatever the hell that is.
Whatever,
Whatever.
Probotector.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the Japanese version of Contra, the 8-bit Contra, of the NES Contra, contain a number of major improvements, including storyline sequences and a map
Oh.
screen and graphical enhancements in the levels also. So they got an updated version that we have never seen. And yeah, and I'm looking at this map and I was like, that's crazy. That doesn't even look like it has a map that reminds me of Ghosts and Goblins almost. Well, maybe not that, but that's really cool. That's really good. That's my next. That's my news, sir. You got the next one if you have any.
My last piece of news
Uh-huh.
is Death Stranding finally has an official release date. My
Oh
friend,
shit.
everybody, call up. I mean, if you have PTO, use it. November 8th, 2019.
I'm marking it right now.
We finally jump into the weird ass mind of Kojima and Guillermo del Toro in whatever world they have built. So, Dream and I, we watched the trailer, um, and
The 8-minute trailer.
I probably said "what the fuck" at least 10 times in that trailer
Yes. Yes.
because it only creates more questions than I had before.
It sure does, doesn't it?
Oh my god! It expands more on the world, which is great. We see a little bit more of it, but we still have no goddamn clue what's happening.
Yeah, and at least I know now that it takes place in it was meant to be our, our world, which is, our, planet Earth, I
Right,
guess.
because for whatever reason they're trying to rebuild America.
Yeah, there's a lot of references to rebuilding America and this and that, and I was like, okay, so it takes place in the real world, not in some like fantasy planet or something.
Right.
So that's cool. Also, facial animations on that trailer uh look outstanding. I mean, they've always looked
Oh
good, but
god, yeah.
oh my god, like there's so many actors there that I was like, yep, I know exactly who you are. Yep, I know
Mhm.
exactly who you are. Dude, it is this is my most anticipated game of this year right now, I can tell you easily.
I can't say that, but it definitely has piqued my interest. It's because it's very interesting, mostly because I have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
But again, my excitement is not that much higher because I have no idea what's happening. It's mostly because this is just a Kojima production, and
It's my game.
Kojima is a twisted genius.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. We need to unravel the mystery of his mind through this game to see what the hell is up with that baby.
I'm
Like,
pretty
what is
sure
going
if
on?
somebody studied Kojima, he'd probably become like he'd be outed as an alien or
There
something.
should be there should be college courses based on the mind of Kojima-san.
Kojima Philosophy 101.
Yes. Oh yeah. This will be a thesis on the mind of Kojima.
Jesus
All
Christ.
right. For my last piece of news, I'm gonna leave it at this because this podcast is running way too long already, and I'm gonna ask uh, you guys and of course our esteemed invited guests that we do not get political on the discussion of the following piece. This is just what's happening, and politics, unfortunately, in this day and age, has turned into something we just can't feel free to talk about before resolving into like pitchforks and shit like that. So I'm just gonna say say what it is, but I'm gonna ask that you don't tell it like you see it for just for this one. All right.
Ooh,
All
I
right.
will try, but okay.
Try. All right, try, because I don't want to spend 20 hours editing this. So the Trump administration proposes
Okay.
a 25% tariff on game consoles, board game imports. Uh,
Oh
tra-
yes,
yeah, yeah.
I have heard about this.
This actually coming up from VG247. Trade politics between U.S. and China may soon result in a 25% tariff affecting the video game and tabletop industries. In a document published by the Office of the United States Trade Representative, the White House lists goods that are subject to new or revised tariffs for up to 25%. These goods include game controllers, coin or token operated game units, consoles, and tabletop games, among thousands of other products. Tariffs are basically taxes that make products more expensive to have imported than to have them produced domestically. Government uses tariffs to create new domestic job opportunities, but this one can come at the expense of the consumer, as they always fucking do.
Right.
Uh, for consumers, the proposed tariff could result in price hikes on video game products and at a critical time. Sony and
Jesus
Microsoft are
Christ.
soon expected to reveal the next generations of consoles, and it is possible the new tariffs could impact the cost.
Yep.
Uh, GameDaily.biz reports that the tariffs could have a negative impact on the tabletop industry. Smaller developers rely on this cheap cost on the cheap cost of foreign materials to develop their board games. The margins created by those cheap costs allows companies to cover things like overhead expenses. Should the increased tariffs become de facto, developers will likely increase the cost of their products to compensate for the increased cost of production. One developer, White Wizard Games, told the outlet it anticipates a 5 to 10% increase in prices across the tabletop industry should the tariffs go into effect. Uh, tariff me- Tariff meetings begin on June 17. Where to
Okay.
begin on this one? So obviously the whole tariff war that we're having with China, uh, it's going to impact us. It is going to impact us. It is ugly because when you think about it, just to put it in perspective, you can be paying as much. And I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. This is just to put it in perspective of what it could be. I don't want to try. I'm not trying to sound like an alarmist or anything like that. But again, the tariffs are applying to game consoles and gaming and gaming peripherals and stuff. But to put it in perspective, think about a Switch right now. More or less, what are you spending for a Switch in the market? What 350, 400,
Some for a
or
Switch?
three for a Switch? Maybe 300.
I think it's 300. Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
300
definitely
too.
not.
Yeah, yeah. So imagine a sudden price hike of up to $75 approximately.
Yeah.
So
It's especially now that they announced the PlayStation 5 and all its marvelous capabilities and whatnot.
uh
Do you think this will push it to the $500 mark?
the well,
The next
it will have.
generation consoles?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. I feel like the the console makers have to. They could take a loss. They could become loss leaders, but only to a certain extent, because way too much could start eating up too deep into the profits of everything else they have, and it's not gonna be like this. They're not going to. The problem with a tariff like this imposed, they're probably not going to release the PlayStation 5 $399 US.
Right.
At that point, you're certainly I mean I'm not saying it'll be 500, but it could easily be 449
Yeah.
because they have to at some point they cannot stand to lose so much per unit,
Right.
and yes, it it sucks that our industry sort of depends a lot on the trade, with China. But guess what? China is also the place with most of the precious metals that you need to build this the circuit, the not the circuit, what do you call them, the I'm gonna call them circuits just for matter. You
You mean the
understand what I'm trying to
hardware in it?
say? Yeah, yeah, like the motherboards and
Right, the hardware.
all the microtransistors and stuff like that. The precious metals are mostly available in that country, and the labor to get them is cheap there.
Yeah, this
So
is
that's why this is gonna hurt. Unfortunately, the gaming industry, it can stand to affect it in a major way. Whether agree, whether whatever your political belief is, I don't care. Just know that be prepared for this. Don't be
right.
surprised. Don't be surprised unless something gets resolved and we see them, the tariffs go away. But as it stands right now, it kind of sucks.
Yes, it does.
It's not looking great. It's
All
not
right.
looking great at all. So sorry to leave it in such a downer, but promise we'll pick it up now when we come back with our hot topic.
Hot topic. Another one bites the dust. No,
Dun,
I like that
dun,
song.
dun. Another one
One
bites
bites
the
the
dust.
dust.
Dun, 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 dun. Another one
Another one
bites
bites
the
the
dust.
dust.
And another one bites, and another one does. Another
And
one
another one
bites the
bites
dust.
the dust.
By the way, I love the fact that because we're on Skype, we're obviously delayed. So you're trying to sing with me in
Oh,
unison,
it's coming like
but it's
really
coming out
off.
very delayed. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's horrible.
You know what else is awesome? Our hot topic of the week.
Hot topic.
Today's hot topic. It's just a simple one. We're giving you. We're being top heavy on this podcast, so we're just ready to like lay back,
Well,
relax, and yes,
yeah.
I
I mean,
said top
honestly,
heavy.
this podcast has gone on long enough as well.
That's
Too.
gone off the rails. So we're thinking,
Just
let's just
expect
bring
a
them
little
up.
bit more of that.
I'm talking to the biggest Final Fantasy 14 fan ever,
Yes.
the one and only. So we figure, you know what? How about the other Final Fantasies? What is his take? And I'm going to share my take. And we're going to be ranking Final Fantasy 14, I mean, Final Fantasy games in general. Number games, including the number games.
The,
Uh,
the
yeah.
sequel to the numbered games, yes.
But by the way, did you put any all the non-number games? Because I was gonna say, if you feel strongly about like Final Fantasy Tactics, for example, or anything like that, or Kingdom Hearts.
No,
No,
definitely did
I'm
not
kidding.
include Kingdom Hearts. That's are you serious?
I'm kidding. How about Kingdom Hearts now?
And it's not okay, mind you, nothing against I love Kingdom Hearts, even
You
though I haven't
do?
yeah, I do.
I don't hate. I
It
just
and I was in the anti Kingdom Hearts camp for a long time until I played the first one and that shit hooked me, okay?
really,
Oh my
really.
god, so
I played
bad.
it. I played it. I've seen him play it. I can understand the love. It's just I don't know. I'm not a super Disney fan, and
You don't have
the
to be.
story the story was feeling very nonsensical. That's the
Well, that
problem.
was the problem. I played the first two, and then after that, especially with like the gazillion spin-offs, that's why I haven't played the third one.
That's when it went crazy. But that's okay. That's all right. You know why?
That's part of it.
Because at least we're gonna be talking about the Final Fantasy games, which of course they make perfect sense.
All of
You
them,
always
absolutely.
100%. Yeah, 100%. There's no doubt about them.
Yeah.
I want us to go from this,
Worst to best.
from word to best. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And if you like, you can take it out. You can take it away with your entire list, or if you want to stop in any of them and say why you put it there, or
Yeah, yeah, that's
elaborate
fine.
it,
Okay,
elaborate a little bit. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll start. I don't mind. But
Okay,
like I said in the beginning, I have not played 3, 4, 5, or 6.
3, 4,
Which
5, or 6. Yeah, I
I,
think 3, 4, 5. I haven't played either.
I'm fairly certain there's somebody raging right now, but that's okay. That's
probably,
okay.
probably Jason. If I can think
Most
of.
certain.
Oh,
Jason is definitely. But don't worry, I'll make you happy, Jason. I got you. All right.
oh
What?
no, I was gonna ask you. So you play first? You play Final Fantasy on NES?
No.
The
One
live
and
version?
two, they made remakes for the Game Boy SP.
Got you. So you got to play them at least,
So
not on
yeah,
the
so
original,
I
but you got
bought
to
them
play them.
there. Right, I bought them there and I played them there.
Awesome.
Yeah, they had some extra content and whatever, but it's still overall the same game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna count it as you played it,
Right.
no matter if
So
it's original.
my absolute worst, I have 10 games on my list.
10 games. Okay, I got 12. And
It's
I,
Final Fantasy 13.
oh my goodness, Final
Oh
Fantasy
my dear
13.
Lightning.
Oh my dear Lightning,
You
indeed.
know what? I really like the character of Lightning. Like she looked cool and she was overall a badass. Yeah, but
She looked
oh
cool, but she was super shallow,
yeah, she was a
extremely so.
one-dimensional character.
Mm.
At least it felt like that. And I didn't play the sequels. I know it was an entire trilogy, all this thing, and I did not play the sequels. I didn't even finish 13. Okay, and I
Oh,
tried. I tried. I cannot.
you couldn't you couldn't
Uh
put yourself through it no more.
oh, and I
Wow.
mean the fighting is not. I don't even know what to say this because it's been a really long time since I played it because I don't care for it.
Right, right.
And like some of the characters or most of the characters I don't care for. I can't even I can remember a few of them. Hope I don't care for Hope. Fang was pretty cool. Snow I like how Snow was somewhat, but he could get annoying so bad.
Yeah, that you are absolutely 100% nailed it on that one. That's exactly how I feel about Snow.
Then there was the girl, which I don't remember her name.
Sarah, the the
Oh
the sister.
no 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 no!
Oh,
Wasn't there another girl? Because
I
it
don't
was
know.
Fang and her sister,
And her sister. Hold on, I will find. Yeah,
or
I know which
some.
one you're talking about. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Final. Hold on. Final. I should be prepared. Fantasy 30 cast, and I will tell you, it was. So it was. Oh, who was Oerba? Vanille. No, Vanille.
Vanille, there you go.
Vanille. Yes. Oh
And
my
what
God,
was
she was
what was the name
annoying.
of the black guy?
The one with the afro with the chocobo on it. His name is what is his Sack? He was Sack. Yeah, he was Sack. That was his name.
Well, I like that character. Even though I don't remember his name, again, it's been a
Uh,
really long time. I really did like his character, and his story was actually pretty cool. And I, I, I somewhat remember like how he gets his chocobo and everything. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
yeah.
But
Oh,
overall, don't care for the game.
wait. You said Hope. Were you referring to Hope or to Snow? Because
Hope.
Hope. Oh, okay. My bad. I got them confused. I was thinking of Snow. Snow was to me the character that I liked the way he looked, but he was annoying.
Yeah.
Hope. I just straight up disliked him.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel. He was, and
He
it's
was
not
such a
that.
crybaby. He
Oh
was
my
such a crybaby.
God.
It's annoying as hell. Yeah.
Fucking hell. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my that sits there at the bottom of the
That's it.
of the ladder there.
What else?
So what's your worst one?
Oh, my first one. Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah,
So
you want me to go through my whole list?
no, no, no. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do one on one. Okay. Yeah. So I gotta agree with you. Final Fantasy 13, bottom of the barrel, is my 12th because I've played 12 Final
Yeah, I
Fantasies.
may need you to do another one after this.
And but definitely, like, I did not care for Final Fantasy 13 for the same reasons that you said. First of all, the world was a corridor.
Yes.
It was just go forward. The only time when it opens up, it is briefly, because then at the
It's
end of
only
it,
one area, right?
it's only one area. It's one big area, but it's one
Right.
area only, and then it just puts you back into the corridor. And this game was hyped to hell. This game
Yes.
was hyped like oh my god, this is
Okay.
the return to form. This is Final Fantasy 7 again. But
God,
no,
no,
it
not even
was
close.
it was it
So,
was pretty
if
terrible.
there's something that I'm willing to give credit to Square Enix, where credit is due, is
Uh-huh.
they're definitely not afraid of trying new things, and you
That's
can
true.
see that in every Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not wrong on that one, because I like, there was something to appreciate about that combat system, even though it's not my favorite,
Right,
but
but
it
it
was fast.
wasn't the worst either. It
It
was,
wasn't the worst. Yeah,
and it was pretty flashy. It was pretty cool to watch.
it was flashy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. By the way, I'm gonna give a shout out. I didn't put it on the list. I probably should be putting this on the list, but I don't know. I'm not ready to say where I could put it because I don't remember much of it. But you remember Final Fantasy Crisis Core?
Yes, I
That,
didn't finish it either because me and handheld and mobiles have a rocky relationship. But I remember playing it. I played it quite a lot too. I just didn't
I
finish it.
I beat that game, sir, and let me tell you, it was not great.
No, it was not.
No, great because it was trying to hit you over the head with the fact of like, hey, this is in the Final Fantasy VII universe. Yes, yes, you
There were
remember that?
callbacks all over the
There
place.
were callbacks everywhere. Of course, as you would expect, because you play as Zack, which is one of the characters that appear on Final Fantasy VII, and that you kind of find out that you have some relation to, or at least Aerith did, or whatever. But
Yeah.
so you see, his history, but everything is it's so the delivery is such a like ham-fisted way, and also the combat was kind of random and not that great.
I like the I like I somewhat like the combat. I don't mind hate. I don't remember hating it.
No, I didn't hate it. It was almost like playing a casino actually. When you think about it, because
Yeah.
it had a slots machine. It had a slot machine at the top, and you kind of had to match
It was
different
some
things
weird
to
shit.
do some attacks.
You
But
know,
anyway,
I didn't
uh
mind the story because yeah, there was callbacks all over, but there was a whole point of the game though. Like
yeah,
you knew you were gonna revisit all those places because that's his
true.
story, and you know his story already. You even know how it's going to end.
And yeah, true.
So it was okay.
Yeah, they did. That's why I'm not sure where I would put it on my list, but I wanted to mention it. But since
You have
I
more. I
have
need you to mention
two.
another one.
Yeah. I have two. You have a top 10, right? And I have a top
Yeah,
12. So I'm going to mention another one. All
yeah.
right. So let's get this one out of the way because I was not loving this game, much, but and oh man, this is gonna be hard. Final Fantasy 15.
Oh,
I am putting down there.
I was not
I
expecting that.
I did not. I was not feeling Final Fantasy 15 when I was playing it, and I think what ruined it for me was the stupid thing with the car, being in the car almost all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a terrible game. It's not Final Fantasy 13 for sure. And to be quite honest, I feel like I'm being a little unfair in retrospect because I'm not saying it's a bad game, but Final Fantasy 15 was a game that, especially after the travesty that was Final Fantasy 13, I was hoping that it will try to take itself a little bit, go back to its roots,
Right.
and it did the complete opposite. It went further back. The fighting system is nonsensical as hell. Like I don't know what's going on. Half of the time where I'm controlling that player, like I don't know. I'm playing. I'm pressing a button, and then I press another button when I feel like I should be. But there's no strategy. There's no point
Oh
to
my
it.
god.
Press a button and go flashy stuff that happens on the screen. Yeah, it looks cool, but I'm not having fun on what I'm doing.
Right,
So
and that's pretty well, at least to me, that's important, especially if I'm playing an RPG. Like
yeah,
I have to. You got to make me think about this. This is not a hack and slash. I'm not here to press one button and kill everything.
yeah,
Okay, you got to make me strategize. I hate this word. Strategize. There you go.
strategize.
Strategize
Yeah,
at least a little bit.
yeah, yeah. It felt like I was not making choices except for when somehow my companions will get knocked down or their life will be really slow and I will have to pause it and select something for them to do, a potion for them to take a potion or something, which
Wow.
it was annoying also because I was having to babysit them, so they couldn't even fight properly among themselves. Not that I would have known how to make them fight properly, because again, there was no rhyme or reason to this fighting system. It's just press one button and look at your character going zigzagging everywhere. So that
Um,
was pointless.
did the story grab you in any way?
Not enough to keep me going,
Uh,
but I could see, like, I watched. Let me tell you, before I started playing Final Fantasy 15, I watched the anime. What was it called? Final Fantasy Kings Kings something, not Kingslayer.
No, like Kingsguard.
Kingsguard, what's it called? No, look it up. Final Fantasy Kingsglaive?
Yeah,
Kingsglaive. There you
yeah.
go.
There you go.
Kingsglaive. Yeah, I just said that randomly, and yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That was yeah.
I thought that anime was or that animation was great. I
Well,
honestly liked it. I really liked
honestly,
that movie.
Square Enix is aside from that horrendous Final Fantasy movie they made,
Oh yeah,
Square Enix and its animation, they're really good.
yeah. They're really good, and that animation proved that you could have like a mature um like a mature based topic on an animation like that. It was entertaining. I really liked it, and I was looking forward to the game being that level. But at least all the part that I play, it never reached that. And if it ever got to that point, like I never experienced it because by that time I was super bored with
Because
it.
yeah, it was too late.
It was too late. It was too late. As again, being in the car was stupid because if I wanted to go someplace, it was like a fast travel that was really slow. Instead of you walking, you will take the car, but then the car will drive itself like ass slow.
Oh my
And all
god.
you could do while you were on the car, all that you could do was just listen to Final Fantasy music. Different Final Fantasy music from different games.
On average, that you can remember, how long
Yeah,
was each trip?
yeah. Oh my God. Some trips will, if you went to the other side of town, you could be there. You could be in the car for like 6 or 7 minutes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. Just like waiting for the next area, and I don't know, because I hated the fact that I didn't like it as much because like the characters were probably high enough. Some of my favorite characters on a Final Fantasy game. Like I like the
Really?
whole brotherhood between them. Yeah, yeah. I also love the fact that they used for the opening. They used the songs the a cover of Stand By Me on it.
Really?
I thought that was like nicely done. I thought that was tasteful. I thought like it was setting the tone nicely to be an adventure, like a cool what do you call it? You get in the car and you travel.
Like a road trip?
A road trip. Yeah, an excellent setting you up for it to be an excellent road trip. But it wasn't that compelling, and the product placement was silly. Like you will
Oh,
go to
really?
camp in Coleman
Oh,
tent.
like the noodle stuff?
Yeah, the noodle stuff. Yeah, yeah. Or the places on this the locations accept American Express. Like very clearly it says American Express. Like
Are
the
you
product.
serious?
Yes, the
Oh my
product
god.
placement was stupid as hell. It was I don't know, man. I did not I did not care much for 15. And it was a shame because like the world was fully realized. It looked beautiful, you know.
You know,
It
I played the
it had
demo
potential.
and I remember it did. Like at there's some point that you walk and you see some of the summons. Like you see
Yes.
Leviathan, and I think you see,
Yeah.
I think it was Titan, and I remember that was very impressive
It is
movement.
impressive, yeah. Like there's something inside me that says to go back. I want to go back because I feel like I'm missing on something that could potentially be special. But then the best version came out, which was, of course, the PC version, which was
Hmm.
running beautifully at 60 frames per second top with like beautiful graphics and everything. And then they stopped supporting it for some reason. Like, like
That's pretty weird.
that's yeah, that's uh, Square annoys me in some of the decision making that they have sometimes.
That's really fucking weird.
So
Well,
yeah,
my ninth entry, because at some point I have to interject here.
yeah. Sorry, I
It's
didn't mean
no,
to
no, no,
take the
no.
whole, the whole thing.
No. It's just because I know you have a few ahead of me, but I'll let you do two at a time. I just want to advance my list here a little bit. I
Uh,
have Final Fantasy two.
two. I
Yes.
never played two. Tell me about it, sir.
Okay. I really don't remember the story that much because again, this was in the Game Boy SP, and honestly, as you can see at the placement on my list, I
Uh,
did particularly like that much.
yeah, no, I guess not.
Okay,
So,
and honestly, what I remember that sticks out the most, because honestly, is the one thing that I remember, was the
mm,
leveling system. Which again, even this far back, SquareSoft at this point,
uh-huh.
they were willing to try out some outlandish stuff, right?
Yeah.
So here, in order to level up, you have to use the stat.
Is that?
Yeah, so if you want to level up your strength, you use
Uh-huh.
swords, whatever. You want to level up magic, you use magic, so on and so forth.
Oh, got you. Okay.
You want to level up your defense and your health, you gotta get slapped in the face.
Kind of like the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, yeah, kind
The
of
more
like
you
that.
jump, the more. Oh, wow.
But
That's
yeah, and
interesting.
and that really that was a turnoff for me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was like okay, and then at some point you get to I don't know. It was weird,
It,
and I did
it,
not enjoy it.
no, no, I can understand because it would have been a game that was hard to port and make it like super relevant. Because it's an early Final Fantasy game,
Yes.
and on
And
top of
mind
that,
you,
it's not
I,
the.
I jumped into two fresh off of one. Like I went from one to two because I bought the
Oh, wow.
games at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And the difference in it was like, what? This is okay. Like, okay, the overworld looks it's just roughly the same. You still have the random encounters. What the hell is this leveling shit?
That's true. That's true. Thank you for reminding me of the fact that I have another one that I needed to put on my list, and I don't know where it's probably going to be down here, however, because
Which
it
one?
doesn't it doesn't Final Fantasy one. Final Fantasy one.
Oh,
I mean, it was good. You know what? No, let's be fair.
it's okay.
I gotta put it up there because it was actually when I played it, I had an incredible amount of fun. Obviously, it's not gonna hold up, obviously,
Right.
but I gotta think of it from the way of
Right. I mean, at some point, it's not that they're bad games because of their place in the list. It's just that the other games are so much better.
right, 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 right. So then, shit. Let me fix it here. I gotta say that 13 was my 13th worst game. 12 was
15.
was 15, 15. Okay, so number 11 on
Right.
my list, uh, to speed this up a bit, is Final Fantasy X.
Oh my God. Here we go.
I did not like Final Fantasy
Here
X,
we
sir.
go.
I'm sorry. I mean, I realize it's one of the best soundtracks there are. I realize that
It's
100%.
not. That's really. That's. There's so much more to that game than just the soundtrack, though.
All the characters are dumb.
All of
Yuna,
them.
all of them. With the well, okay. What's her name? What's the witch name? Not she's not a witch, but whatever she
Lulu.
is. Lulu. She was all right. She was like, I wish she was in another game because Waka, fuck that guy to oblivion. Don't even get me started on like what's his name, the main character. He's a total
Titus or yeah,
Titus,
Titus.
yeah, Titus, whatever. And,
Whatever.
and Yuna was unlikable at all. Like the entire cast of this game, like was so I don't care. And then the point of what he was trying to, was trying to do, like it just went too. It was start. It was. Here's the thing. It was Final Fantasy starting to lose it when it came to storyline to me. Not completely lost because I realized that the game has some touching moments in that,
Okay.
but it was starting to unravel.
All right. Now,
So yeah,
uh,
don't
I,
get me
I,
started
I,
on playing underwater math.
I'll get into it. I'll get into it once I get
Which
it.
is
Once I get into my entry.
it's the worst. Okay, go ahead. What's your
But no,
next
no,
one?
you go ahead because you still have more than I do. So
Okay, okay. So that was Final Fantasy X. Uh, Number 10, I guess, on my list will be oh shit, Final Fantasy. Oh shit, you gonna fucking hate me for this one. Final. Oh,
Oh my God.
Final
Please don't.
Fantasy. All right, listen to me first.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 14. Hold
Oh my
on,
God.
hold on. Let me explain.
Go
Final
ahead.
Final Fantasy 14 is a great game. Now we're in the territory of good Final Fantasies to me. All right. Remember, we have had
Right,
15 of
right.
them. Final Fantasy 14 is a really good MMO. The the only reason I put it down is because it was it came on a time that I was already past playing MMOs because I noticed I didn't have time, not because of I didn't like I did not like it or anything like that. Because let me tell you, Final Fantasy 14 is the best MMO available today, bar none. To me, it is the best MMO. That's it. All right, full
Okay.
stop.
I
But
respect that.
that said, I had to put it, a little bit down just
All
because
right.
I didn't stick to it as much
Okay.
as I
I'll
should.
give you leeway on this one
Mhm.
because you didn't stick to it, and I can
Yeah,
understand that MMOs
yeah,
are a commitment.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I basically sold my soul to this game, or at least
The-
part of it.
yeah, there was another MMO, Final Fantasy MMO, that I enjoy a little bit more because around the time that I was playing that game, I did have time for it. And I spent enough. I'm not gonna say that it became super high level or anything like that, but the time frame that I had, and not to mention it was my very first MMO ever. I had a blast.
You're talking
Well,
about 11?
yeah, yeah,
Is that
yeah.
on your list?
It is on my list, but
Okay.
it is not the
We'll
next one.
we'll
But
get to it soon enough.
we'll get to it. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my next entry, which is spot number 8, is Final Fantasy X-2.
Oh, 10-2.
Okay,
Oh,
and
the idols. Okay.
I don't rightfully know why.
You like the dress fears. You
I
like dressing
like
them.
the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I like the job change of it.
I like the
Honestly,
game. I don't know why, but I do.
because I like the well, I'm really gonna bank most of it on this. I think this is one of the first games that I played that was in 3D that actually had Dark Knight.
The dark. Oh yes.
You
Yeah,
know, and I had all my 3 characters were Dark Knights.
yeah.
That's when and for you to get Dark Knight, you had to clear the game, and on the second playthrough, then you would get it.
Oh shit! Wow. Okay. I
So
didn't know it was
in
like
my endless commitment of being edgy as fuck,
that. You beat
I
it twice.
finished the game and unlocked Dark Knight.
Wow.
And because I
Wow.
unlocked Dark Knight, I didn't stop playing. No, 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 no. See, I just unlocked what I wanted. Now I have to finish the game again.
Now I'm gonna start playing it.
Okay, so other than that,
Oh my god.
uh, I was looking forward to the end because I like Final Fantasy X, which I will
Uh-huh.
get to it eventually. I was looking forward to the end, which it ended in what in what I knew was gonna end because it had to be. If they wanted to keep the integrity of the ending of Final Fantasy X,
Mhm.
the 10-2 had to end in that particular way.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, I the character. I mean, Pain was cool, but again, I'm edgy, so she's edgy. I liked her. I like Riku as a character. Yuna, I mean, that was a drastic change from one game to another. She was okay in 10. She was okay in 10 too.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna tell you that my next Final Fantasy is also a sequel
Oh,
to a number sequel. Yes, it's confusing. I'm talking, of course, about Final Fantasy 13-2.
God, I've heard stuff about that game.
That is like I did not enjoy Final Fantasy 10. Sorry, it's Final Fantasy
13.
13
I've
from
heard
the
good
last
things
one.
about
But
this game.
13-2 had something. It was first of all, it was you could tell that the game was created just because hey, Final Fantasy 13, we spent so much money already in this engine, the Luminous engine or whatever the hell it was called. We need to create something because Final Fantasy 13 did not make the proper returns that we were expecting. Okay, so quickly, let's make 13-2, and it's gonna be about time travel, and it's gonna be a little bit more linear, if you can believe that.
Wow, really?
However, Yeah, well, linear in the sense that there's no open world. There's no open world that
Just
you could explore.
corridors.
It's just corridors, but you can pick your corridors, and you can pick if you wanted to go to the past or the present of the corridor. So let's call them. So
What?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Game mechanics. Awesome.
game mechanics. Yeah, so it has some weird game mechanics. Of course, it was two characters. You were playing as Sarah, which is the super bubbly chick, which is is Lightning's sister, which is the polar opposite of Lightning.
Right.
Lightning was very stoic, very serious, always. Sarah is so bubbly and so like nice and sweet and cool. Like the whole game had that vibe in the soundtrack. I acquired the soundtrack through nefarious means, but I acquired the soundtrack because I enjoyed it quite a bit. I
Really?
actually, yes, yeah, I do. To this day, I still listen to it, time to time. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it is like anything super special. It's mostly J-pop,
Oh
J-poppy
God.
pop, but I liked it. It was catchy. It was very catchy. So,
It's J-pop. Of course, it was catchy.
yeah, of course, it was catchy. It's J-pop. Come on, let's be real. So, and also another, last thing I will say about the game is that for how bubbly and like silly and time travel-y that it was, this game ends on a really dark note.
Really?
Yes, like the character. I'm gonna spoil because I mean, who's gonna play this game again? But
Fuck it. Who's gonna play it? I didn't even finish 13.
Sarah dies at the end of this game.
What?
Yes. Well, I mean, I say die, like probably like I will say, you know, uh, the superheroes
Like
in
Spider-Man
Avengers
died?
died. Yeah, like Spider-Man died. Exactly. I would say, that the next one, which was Lightning Return, which is not even in my list, even though I've started playing it a little bit, but I didn't care for it at all.
Oh,
Um, I'm pretty sure that she might return. I don't know. I don't know what happened on Lightning Returns, and who cares? But on 13 too, yeah, it ended on kind of a somber note for all the
wow.
bubbliness and silliness that it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm putting that. That's on my list. What's next?
Well,
What's yours?
that's your next entry. What's your number so far?
All right, so that was 9.
Okay.
So my number 8 is Final. Wait, did I do? Oh, my number 8 is the other MMO, Final Fantasy 11.
Okay.
I really like Final Fantasy 11. I love the soundtrack of it. I love the world. When it was coming out, it was a feel good. It was a definitely feel good experience. It was my first MMO, to the point where I felt like 14 cheated a little bit because it was using the same type of characters on a whole new world, but it was using like the same, the same classes, almost not classes,
Well,
but the same
the
races.
races, the races. Okay,
Yeah,
but you do know why though, right?
I don't know. Are they tied? Is this supposed to be the same world?
No, no, no. But I mean,
Then it makes
just
no
from a
sense.
marketing point of view, you
Uh-huh.
want your Final Fantasy 11 players to come over.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I
So
guess.
you got to give them something familiar so
Yeah,
they
I
can
get.
transfer their characters. Cause it is a role playing game, and people like to role play.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not to mention, I have to commend Final Fantasy 14. I need to commend the effort that Square Enix made in turning that game around, because Final Fantasy 14 vanilla was garbage.
Oh yeah,
Was absolute garbage, and I'm not talking about A Realm Reborn. A Realm Reborn is
yeah.
exceptional. That's the
That's
fix.
Final Fantasy 14 2.0.
Yeah, that's Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy 14 period does not exist anymore. That was
Nope.
taken down. That war ended quite spectacularly also, and then they
And
fixed it on
I mean, I
on
wanted to cover this
Cartoon.
later on, but did you watch the documentary on it?
Oh, I did. I did.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
talking about the
No clip.
no clip. Oh
Shout out to
yeah,
No Clip. That was an amazing
absolutely.
job on that documentary. It
I
was so
love
good.
it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I love the way how they tied the ending,
Yeah,
how they closed down the servers for one game with the story, and they made it an event where everybody watched it and everything. It was really
it
awesome.
was really
I
awesome.
wish I could have been part of it.
Yeah,
All right, so now that you finally caught that, yeah,
caught
you
up.
finally caught up to me.
All right,
My entry number, this is 7.
7. All right.
is not Final Fantasy 7. It's Final Fantasy 1.
Oh, okay.
And
All
yeah,
right.
this
That's
is
a good number.
where yeah. I mean 10-2 I liked it, but this is where we're into the games that I like, and this is just the order that it happens to be.
Mm.
Final Fantasy 1, even though it was not my first Final Fantasy, I spent a lot of hours in Final Fantasy 1. Okay? I
Really?
Oh
Wow.
my god, because it had added content, so it had some extra bosses that were like supremely difficult. Not
Wow.
to mention that I don't know if in the original game you could, but in this one you could upgrade your classes, right?
Oh, yeah, I think that was new. Yeah, I think that was new.
Okay, yeah. The thief will go to the ninja. I think the warrior goes into knight, um, and so on and so forth. I can't remember. Um, Bahamut is in the game, even though he's the one that gives you the upgrade.
Oh, okay.
I believe, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's King Bahamut. He's the king of all dragons in the game. And
Nice.
I really did like the game, even though the random encounters, that shit was painful.
The random encounters. Oh, yeah.
Holy shit! You would
That
get
was.
3 steps encounter. Come out of that, you would get 10 steps. So you're like, holy shit! I feel like I've actually journeyed here. Bam encounter. Like, yeah, no, that's it. But I really liked it. You know,
I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. Uh,
it is the first Final Fantasy, and honestly, it paved the way for everything else that came afterward.
yeah.
And yeah, I loved it.
I can definitely respect my number 7 actually is Final Fantasy 7.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, there was some better Final Fantasies out there, believe it or not. I know this is hard
I
to
mean,
believe.
I understand that. I can understand that, but so far down the list,
Oh man, you know what? You're right. No, wait. I'm sorry. You know what? My bad. I read that wrong. I didn't mean 7. I didn't mean 7. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. I don't know how to read no Roman numbers. It's 12 is the one that I was looking at.
okay.
12, 12. 12 was great. Don't get me wrong. It's actually too low on the list, but there are some better ones, like I said. And it was a little too, like, it was getting a little too political. Not political in the bad sense of the thing, but you know how Star Wars, the trilogy,
No, no,
the new trilogy
it
started
doesn't go
going.
prequel
Yeah,
levels of
it,
political.
it doesn't, but you know when they start talking about like the trade federation and crap like that, you're kind of like you start to spaz out like
Yeah.
what the hell. It was starting to do that a little bit, and also like the fighting was cool, but it was too different from what I like on a Final Fantasy game. So and I haven't beat it. I have never beaten Final Fantasy 12.
Really?
I want to, but
Okay.
I never beat it. So that's why I have to put it, down that list. I feel bad. It probably
I'll give
doesn't
my
deserve to be
thoughts when
that
I
low.
get to it,
Yeah,
because I need to get into the next one,
yeah.
which my number 6 is the infamous Final Fantasy X.
Oh my God, Final Fantasy 10 was number 6. Yeah, that's a good spot to put it.
I loved Final Fantasy X.
Yeah,
I
really.
didn't I didn't love the main character. I didn't hate him. He
Uh,
was kind of annoying, but I didn't hate him. He was okay. Uh, some
Maybe
of the
you
other
should
characters
try
were
laughing. Ha ha
okay,
ha ha
but
ha.
that's
Ha.
everybody. You know what? You know what? I know it's a meme. I know they've been joking around that like
Fucking
forever.
stupid.
But let's be honest. It's one part of the whole game, and yes, it's the most awkwardest part of
Probably
any
ruins the
game.
whole thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, no, it does not.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
to me, and the ending, it was everything you were not expecting of it.
Uh-huh.
Because
So Final Fantasy 10 too. I mean 13 too.
yes, I guess if you want to compare, because I haven't played 13 too, but yes. And spoilers for Final Fantasy 10, but to know that your character is doomed to die no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what happens. And this is what I want to say about 13 about 10 too. At the end, you think you're gonna save him, that you're gonna get Titus back, or Titus, whatever you pronounce
Yeah,
it.
whatever the hell is.
I know how to pronounce it, but I always forget.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna get him back, and it just doesn't happen because he
Mm,
can't, because he was just a dream.
He was just a dream.
And
Wow.
and yes, and that was so good to me. That was so well done because it really it gave you the feels for it. You know, it does bring you down, but it gives you the feels for it. You're like, damn.
I gotta admit, I probably misremember some of the aspect of that game that could have put it higher. I gotta be honest. This is probably worth a
You mentioned
playthrough.
Waka. Yes, he's probably
Oh,
arguably the worst character in
never
that
mind.
game.
Never
But
mind. You
even
brought me
then,
back to reality.
no. Hold up. But even then, he does have his moments. Okay,
Waka.
that you know, he's pretty. I mean, as much as I can't remember right now, he's pretty mature at points. That he guides Titus again, whatever his name is, in a better direction. You know, you have Orin, who's a badass.
Orin
You
is
have
a badass. Yeah.
you have Kimari, who's a badass. You have Lulu, who's a badass.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has a good cast of characters, bar a few of them.
Mhm.
And again, the story, the game was the fighting. I was not a fan of it.
No.
That was
I,
okay.
I
And
thought
I
I thought it was I thought that the fighting was. I mean, it was still turn based, right?
right, it was they were trying to play with a turn base,
Okay.
and it did work for its time.
Hmm.
I spent a lot of hours in it, even though I didn't do everything in it because that game is huge.
Hmm.
There's like a shitload of grinding in it. But the way you leveled up was interesting. It was hilarious because I did see a friend do this to grab Lulu and max out all of her points and strength, and to watch her put this doll in the floor, watch the doll just walk up to an enemy and
Hmm.
just jump kick it, right? Just it's a doll, mind you, like a plush
Uh-huh.
little toy.
Uh-huh.
Kicking something for 99,999 damage is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't there something that to get the ultimate weapon you had to dodge lightning
Oh my
for
god,
like
a hundred times
a hundred
straight.
times?
Yeah,
Yeah.
without missing. I
Yeah.
did that part.
Oh shit. That's gotta be
Right?
that's probably super annoying.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
Uh,
was. And I
all right.
like the underwater soccer, okay? I hate soccer, but
Oh
in that
yeah.
underwater soccer, I had my team, okay? I had a good
Under
fucking team.
underwater math.
All right.
Fantastic.
That
So
was great.
fun.
That was awesome.
Oh
I
my
I
fun.
I really did enjoy it. I'm not sure I could enjoy it now, but back then, yeah.
You know
Once I
what?
got tired of dodging lightning bolts.
Yeah, well, exactly. When you put it side by side, underwater math sounds more entertaining.
Plus, come on, man, that opening with I somebody had told me that it was Rob Zombie that did that song in the beginning. I don't remember if
I
that's
don't remember.
accurate or not, but it was a metal song, and they were like playing the underwater soccer.
Uh-huh.
Blitzball, by the way, it's called Blitzball
Blitzball,
Dream.
yes, yes,
That
Blitzball.
scene was awesome.
Uh, my next Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy One. Back to you.
Okay. Back
I don't
to you.
have.
That's it.
You already said everything that there was to say about Final Fantasy One. I played.
Okay.
It was my first Final Fantasy. I
Oh, it
played.
was your first.
Yeah, yeah. I played obviously on the NES
Okay,
era.
then tell me,
It was my first Nintendo Power also that I ever gotten.
tell me
Uh,
that being your, because I didn't have that experience. I started Final Fantasy with Final Fantasy VII. You
okay.
starting off with the very first one and
Mhm.
then moving up and seeing how it has progressed.
Uh,
Like, how did it feel playing Final Fantasy like one, having no idea what you were getting yourself into?
well, I played Final Fantasy One after I have already I've gotten a little bit of experience already with those type of games because I have played Fantasy Star on the Sega Master System. Fantasy Star on the Sega Master System was something else entirely. That game looked at least a generation ahead of anything that Nintendo could have offered. You know,
Sega
that
does when Nintendo don't.
and in that respect, yes, that game had literally had 3D.
Okay.
Well, not literally, it was fake, but it was very convincing because it was scrolling like when you went into the dungeons, when you move forward, the walls will move as if you were walking, rather than games like Fester Quest and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
oh,
What?
we seem to have lost connection. Are you
I'm
there?
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay, all right, cool. It was telling me that Skype was having a hiccup. Anyway,
Oh.
when you move through the corridors in that game of Fantasy Star, it actually scrolled, so it
Okay.
was realistic, you know. So, and then going back to
One.
Final Fantasy One, it felt like a huge step back, right?
Right, because the characters didn't even move when they attacked.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The other one had animation. Not to mention, it had three planets to explore. Yes, three whole worlds to explore that you could go into a spaceship and go into. It was something else. This one didn't have that, but it scratched the itch that I had, that I was missing from Final Fantasy, from playing Fantasy Star.
Okay.
So that's why at the end of it all, I thought it was a good, it was a good game.
By the way, the remake on PSP that had a little bit of animations, like they would move their hands at least with their weapon.
Yeah.
At least I had that. But I remember I remember seeing videos of like the original one, and it was kind of like this one would like blink or some shit, and that means
Uh-huh.
it attack, and this one blinks, so it means it took it. Like, I was like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
Oh yes, the good old days of the NES of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that it was good. It was good. Like I said, it's up there. It's my number six.
All right. So my number 5 is Final Fantasy 8.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I am
Beautiful
very well
music.
aware that a lot of people don't like this game. A lot of fans don't like Final Fantasy 8. Again, mostly because of the leveling system.
Hmm.
I'm a power leveler,
Yeah.
okay?
Yes, you are.
And yes, I am. And you cannot power level in this game.
No.
Okay, I leveled up all the way in the beginning to like I don't know what level, and the enemies would always be at the same level. Back then, I didn't know that. I didn't understand that
Uh-huh.
that was what was happening. But eventually, I learned, and yeah, that's you could go from the very beginning to the very end without
Uh-huh.
leveling up once, and the difficulty would not change.
Uh-huh. Damn.
Yeah.
I little remember of that, but yes, yeah, you're right.
Not to mention that the whole game was basically physical attacks because you needed magic to draw from. You had to draw magic from the enemies, which would give you a numbered amount because you
That's
had a
true.
limit amount of magic,
That's true.
which you would link it to your stats to increase them. Now you can use that magic
Mhm.
because you need the stats. And this is why people didn't like Final Fantasy VIII.
I I have to agree with you. Final Fantasy 8 is also my number 5 on my
Oh,
list.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
really. There you
we
go.
agreed 100% on that one. I really really like that game. I didn't beat it because I thought I got stuck. Like you said, you can't power level on that game. So at one point, I reached a point in the game where I guess I was about to fight the last boss, or I was gonna go into the dungeon that would start that series, but the enemies were too strong for me, and I couldn't go figure out how to go back into the world. Later on, I found out that there was a way, but like I thought I was stuck, and I
Well,
never beat it.
because you can't power level, but the way to get stronger is by drawing magic.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, and I like that. Actually, I did not mind that particular
Honestly,
gameplay
I
thing.
didn't either. You want to know why? Because back then, all I cared was physical attacks.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, my mentality was I want to one shot everything with my
yeah.
sword.
Also, the story was super crazy. First of all, the gunblade is literally it is the best Final Fantasy weapon ever designed.
Okay, come on,
Period.
man. Come
No.
on. You're right. You're right. You're right. No,
Okay.
no, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not disagreeing.
Okay.
Just to add to the awesomeness.
Yes.
What other Final Fantasy gave you a opportunity to shoot your opponent as you cut into
As
them?
you cut it.
Come on, man.
Yes.
It's
Oh
fucking
my God.
perfect. I'm
It was
hitting you with a
perfect.
sword and shooting you like, come
At
on,
the
this is
same time, yes,
great.
yes.
This is great.
Your character was a total jerk, also, which I loved.
He
That
was, yes,
the
and he
school,
sticks to it.
and he sticks to it. Yeah, the school is actually a mobile platform in
Oh my
itself.
God,
Is I mean,
that's not to mention that they're actually training teenagers to be mercenaries in
yes,
wars.
yes, they're training teenagers, and the whole thing is kind of like a school, like a high school, but
Yes.
yet it is meant to be to train these protectors of this world.
But wait,
It, uh
there's more
Oh shit!
because then you hit a certain point in the story where everything really goes bonkers.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
I think it's the end of the second city.
Uh-huh.
Squall, which is the main character, he gets hit by this icicle in his chest,
Uh-huh.
right? And so far in the story, you've dealt with mercenaries and the school and armies and shit. From here on out, now you're dealing with time traveling witches. You're dealing with monsters that come from the moon. Okay, yes, you're dealing with aliens inside a dragon-shaped spaceship.
Oh shit! Yes.
Okay, this all happens after. Yes, it all goes fucking bonkers after that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it
They,
also gave me the best looking spaceship, which is the Ragnarok. I love that spaceship.
dude. I think it was. You're absolutely right. I feel like the developers were so scared after how majestic Final Fantasy VII ended up being that they just had to crank everything to 11.
I think they noticed like, guys, we've kept this like way too muted. Let's go big. And my God, they
Yeah,
went big.
they went all out. Yes, Final Fantasy, absolutely.
Yeah.
I cannot agree with you more on that one.
All right. So my number 4 is Final Fantasy 11, which
Ah,
I
the
will admit
MMO.
I did
Nice.
not play it that much because this is in a time where this was on the PlayStation 2
Uh-huh.
and I didn't have internet. Okay, the little bit that I played was at a friend's house,
Oh
and I
wow.
I played as a Dark Knight because obviously they were wielding
Obvious,
scythes. Why would I not play a Dark Knight?
obviously.
And I know for a fact that I would have lost myself in this game had I had the chance to really play it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen some videos whether for whether it's lore or gameplay, and I absolutely love that world.
It is great. Yeah, it was very hardcore too. It was not
Yes,
an
I
easy.
wanted that challenge.
Like I thought that was MMOs in general. You know also what I thought. The funny thing is, you know what I also thought. You remember how you started playing that game, or I don't know if this was the same thing on PlayStation 2, but in order to go into the
Yes,
game, you had to go through a portal to a
yes,
Square Enix Play Online portal that you even had like a email address for yourself at Game
yes.
Online. It was like a whole ISP AOL kind of little thing before you actually went into the game. So at this point, I thought that's what an MMO is. That MMOs are supposed to have that
Level of
wall
complexity.
garden, that portal first.
Oh, okay.
So it was funny when the next game, my next MMO, of course, was World of Warcraft, and World of Warcraft, you just had the login screen, and it'll
And
throw
that's it.
you straight into the game, and
Yep.
that to me felt so alien. It felt wrong. It felt wrong. It felt like, no, man, this game is incomplete. Where's my email? Where's my World of Warcraft
Where's
email?
my email?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my God. No, I mean, the level of complexity in that game was pretty serious because you could mix and match jobs. Like you had your main job and you had a secondary job that you would get some skills from, and you had,
yeah,
oh my God,
yeah.
I really wish I could have played that more. So yeah, that's my entry number 4.
All right, all right. Well, my number four is actually this time for real Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
That's what
okay,
that's what I'm putting Final Fantasy VII legit.
okay.
I obviously it goes without what can't be said about Final Fantasy VII. I know you're gonna have a lot of things to say, so I'm just gonna be brief on my description. Um, love the
Oh
story,
yeah, I'm not
love
gonna hold back.
love the music score was great. I especially very fond of the theme of when you meet Sid. I love
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, I love that. I love that the song. Um, and not to mention one of my personal favorite villains of any game, as far as the design goes. Not so much as the personality, because there's not much
Right.
personality, but the design
Yeah,
is
he's pretty one-dimensional.
stellar. Yeah, it's pretty one dimensional, but as far as the design and also fighting him felt like the most epic thing in the world.
Hmm.
Of course, I'm talking about Sephiroth, the one wing angel. I love that. Like, I want to have that tattoo. Like, I want a tattoo of a one wing angel. I don't want it to be Sephiroth itself because that would be just too nerdy of a tattoo. But I
Just
love
put it
the
on your
idea.
butt so nobody will ever see it.
Oh God, no, please. Except for my wife, and then she'll divorce me. Um, the music when you're fighting him is supremely
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
and and his summon is. I mean, we can make a podcast about what his summon is. The ultimate summon of any Final Fantasy game, bar none, is crazy. I forgot even what it's called, but I love what it does because it destroys planets.
Oh,
Like
it was something. No, it wasn't. Was it Supernova?
Supernova, yes.
Ah,
Oh my
yeah, yeah, yeah,
God,
yeah.
that is crazy. Anyway, I could stand forever talking about Final Fantasy
Yeah,
X,
I
so
hear you. Don't.
take it away
My
from
next
me.
one is one that I might have a few words. Actually, the next three entries. This is the top three for me now.
Okay.
Well, for the both of us, and yeah, I could go off on them quite easily. Okay, so number three, it's Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, of course it is.
Okay, which in contrast to Final Fantasy 11, which I barely played, I have last time I checked 130 days of playtime.
Holy shit. 130 days.
Days of
Days.
playtimes. Okay.
Holy crap. That is, hold on. 130 day times 24. That's you have put 3,000 over 3,000 hours in that game. 3,120.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
So
What have you done?
and that's without I've taken at least two 6 month breaks. So I took a year off basically off the game. The most recent one was for the Lax expansion, which honestly I didn't really enjoy, even though the story does get better when you get further in.
Mhm.
Um, this game is absolutely amazing. Okay,
I believe you.
I the story of how it came to be, the hype that I had for it before it officially released for the failure that it was. I was hyped because it was supposed to be on PlayStation 3. I've
Yeah.
been dying for an MMO. It released on PC. I was
Mm,
hugely disappointed. Why the hell is it not on PS3?
mm.
But eventually it came out, and it's so much more than I would ever thought it was gonna be.
I believe you. I believe you. That
Okay,
game is great.
it's hell of a journey. The story, the characters, it didn't make me cry, but it
Great.
almost got there.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Wow. For an MMO,
yeah.
that's an amazing feat. Again, the best MMO out there.
And I played World of Warcraft. Like I played
Hmm.
it for like a very long time, and I agree. I give kudos to Final Fantasy 14 because honestly, especially in a time where World of Warcraft still dominates overall, um, Final Fantasy 14 still is pay to play.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so many others that failed
It's a
that couldn't
subscription
handle that.
service.
Huh?
It's a
Yeah,
subscription
yeah, yeah.
service.
Yeah,
People,
exactly.
yeah.
There's so many other games that tried that model and they couldn't keep it.
Mhm.
They couldn't sustain it. And then with this, let me tell you, there's content for ages.
Yeah.
130 hours. I don't have 130 days. I don't have all the characters maxed out.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Um.
freaking that's freaking unreal.
Yes, and I'm super excited for the expansion that's coming out soon.
Nice, nice. So that was Final Fantasy 14, a game that I honestly I respect. I wish I would have played more of it, or I had time. I mean, someday I'm gonna be too curious, and I'm gonna want to go back and see.
I'll be right there to carry you through whatever you need.
Awesome, awesome. So my we're entering into top three territory, and
Yep.
my
three, I have to give it to Final Fantasy IV. A game with a really old game. This was Final Fantasy two in the States, but it's actually Final Fantasy IV in Japan. And this is a game where I enjoy the story so much, and the world around it, and this little pixels characters with their expression, with the little pixel expressions,
Who were the main characters?
had so much. The main character of Final Fantasy four. Hold on.
Because I'm trying to remember.
Four was. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. So you have Cecil. Cecil.
Ah, this is the one.
He
Okay,
was,
yes.
yeah. He was a Dark Knight actually.
That turns into a paladin.
He
Yes.
turns into, yeah. It starts like the whole beginning of that game is you attacking an innocent town, the innocent townfolk of some town, because they're guarding a crystal, and as you're committing these deeds, you're starting to second guess like your orders, like what are we doing this? Why are we attacking these people? Oh, because those are your orders, and yada yada, and like the whole thing, the whole story of the whole story of it was very well crafted. The feelings of each of the characters was very well portrayed on this little pixel characters that you see on the NES, the Super NES actually. It's amazing what they were able to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed that game. Not to mention, again, soundtrack is top notch. So Final
That
Fantasy IV, top of the list, and I haven't played actually the remakes. I want to. I believe there is even there is even a sequel. There's a sequel to Final Fantasy
Oh, I think I
14.
heard about that. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That was done. I haven't played that, but man,
That's a game that I really should go back and play.
yeah, absolutely. I will. I'll put it high up there on the list.
All right. Spot number 2.
Number
You ready
two.
for this?
I am sitting down.
Final Fantasy 12.
Oh snap!
That
Really?
is my number 2. All right,
Yeah,
I didn't
I
spend
can see it.
130 days on this, but I did spend an unholy amount of hours. Okay, I
I can see it.
honestly the main character sucks.
Yes, I hate him. What's his name?
Vaughn,
Van. I hate Van. Van. Oh, yeah, I hate him.
didn't care for him.
Everybody else is cool, but him.
My party was Bosch, Fran, and Balthier. Coolest characters in the whole fucking game.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I wow, the fighting in it was interesting. It was more like an MMO in an offline setting.
Right? Didn't it remind you of 11?
That's pretty sure what they were going for. Again, this is Square Enix taking chances. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 11 works, right? People love it. Let's do an offline game, a single player game with this mechanics. How do
Mhm.
we make this work in a party setting? Well, they did the gambit system.
Yeah.
Which honestly, this is literally programming. Okay? What you're
Yeah.
doing here is programming.
Programming the AI, pretty much.
Yes, and I did that. I took my time. I learned what everything meant. I put
Mhm.
the orders. You're gonna heal me when I'm at 30%, or you're gonna cast this at so much percentage.
Yeah.
Yes, Fran was my healer and buffer, and then Baltier just was my long range, and Bosch was my tank slash melee range.
Yeah.
I did everything in this game. Okay, there was, you remember the hunt?
Yes.
I did all of
Yeah.
them because I
All of them.
wanted the
Holy
sword
shit.
that you got at the end. It was, I can't remember the name of it. And
That's a game that, believe it or not, even though I've never beaten it, I have it. Like I have it. Like I have the new version.
oh really? I
Yeah.
want it so bad. I haven't gotten a new one.
Dude, it changes a lot. Like it changes the whole grid system. It add tons of things. New classes. Like you can
Really?
actually make you can make Fran be like whatever type of character you want it to be.
Oh, I
You want
didn't
it to
need
be
that game.
a red mage, she could be a red mage. You want her to be a dark knight, she could be a dark knight. You can
I
make it
didn't need that
everything.
game.
The only thing that I regret is that it doesn't really change like the stuff that you wear. You don't see it on your character.
Right.
Even if you're a dark knight or whatever job
You
you
only
are.
get the skills. You don't really get the look.
Exactly, exactly. I wish
Yeah.
they would have worked on that.
I
Yeah.
I really I haven't bought the Zodiac Age. I think that's what it's called.
The Zodiac Age. Yeah.
Right. I want it
Yeah.
because I oh my god. There was the last hunt is Yasmat, which he had like I don't know, it was like 10 million HP or some shit like that.
Holy shit.
It took me 5 straight hours
Holy shit.
fighting this dude to kill
Oh,
him.
damn.
And
And
I
you
was
did.
and I was the fastest one out of my friends to do it.
Damn.
I had another one that took 5 days, and the other one took at least 7 weeks.
Damn. Wow.
Okay, that
Oh,
that was, but and I got this amazing sword that I absolutely hated.
you just reminded me. You know what? Another thing that's cool about it is a fast speed button that the for the walking for when you're grinding. You
Yeah,
can press that button and you can do the your character moves at 3 times the speed
are you
and
serious?
does everything really fast, dude. I don't know how you haven't eaten up the Zodiac Age, probably because you
Uh,
play Final Fantasy 14 so much, but
yeah, because I've been caught up in it. Like I'm telling you, man, I barely have time for single player games. I know it's my own fault, but still,
that was your number. What was it?
two.
Two?
That's number
Okay,
two. You,
all
you
right.
know you know what's coming. You know number one already.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me give you my number two because it's worth mentioning that in this game, I'm surprised I haven't heard you mention it. And if you tell me you haven't played it, well, it better be your number one. My number two
Did I forget something?
game, I think you did. I think you majorly forget a major Final Fantasy.
Oh,
Final Fan,
oh shit! No, I did
fi,
forget.
Final Fantasy 9.
Oh my God, no, I did play it. I didn't, I wrote it down on the ranks and yeah, I forgot it afterwards.
You have not played Final Fantasy 9.
Yes, I did. I finished it.
You finished. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, where on your list would that go if you had to guess?
Well, that means I will have 11 entries. I would put it between 1 and 10.
Between 1 and 10. So what was that number?
Be 11, 7.
Number
Entry
7.
number 7.
Wow, sir. I I will cast media on you for that because Final Fantasy 9 is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time. Uh, because it is exactly what I needed Final Fantasy to do at the time where it did, which was 7 was great, 8 went too crazy, taken to 11, and the characters looking a lot more human. It was kind of disconcerting. I needed to really back to my favorite Final Fantasies games have always been, which were the Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 6 and all those type the classic games.
Hmm.
So and that's exactly what Final Fantasy did 9, but it did it in a very classy way. It didn't just through 8-bit graphics. No, no, no. It was still pre-rendered and it was still 3D in the areas where were 3D. Um, but it was the old look. Like I believe that you start playing that game as a black, there's a black mage. You start controlling a black mage.
Talking about
Vivi.
Vivi?
Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
call Vivi by his goddamn name.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
it may not be my favorite Final Fantasy, but I love Vivi.
I love Vivi. Vivi's awesome. Vivi's awesome. What character is not awesome in that game? Everybody's awesome in that game.
I didn't like Steiner.
Who's that? Oh, Steiner. No, yeah. It was funny. It was. Listen,
All right,
I
I'm
absolutely love the story of this game. I love the transformation of Dagger. Princess Dagger, by the way. That's
yes.
her.
I have to confess something.
Okay.
Okay, I really should replay Final Fantasy 9
Yes, you should.
because I was heavily biased towards Final Fantasy VII, and I had a friend of mine who kept insisting that this was better than 7, and I was adamantly saying no, which eventually, honestly, it is not. But
Yeah.
I did finish the game. This is a multi-disc game that I still went through the trouble of playing it all. So there's
Yep.
there's definitely gonna be something there that hooked me. And if
Yeah.
there's and I'll be honest right now, it gave me one of the best cutscenes I have ever
Yeah.
seen in a Final Fantasy game, and that's
Yeah.
that Bahamut Alexander fight.
Oh yes. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And even with Bahamut losing, because I love Bahamut because he looks like a badass, I,
Uh,
I, I thought that was
it was super
so
epic. It was
epic.
super epic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. I like the game was full of special moments like that, where there were you remember the fight? Not it was not a fight. It was like a stage fight at an opera house.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that.
And it was silly because it was music, going, and you were kind of pretend fighting at first, but then you were fighting for real, like sword fighting at it. Not the battle, not the actual battle system, but just like press X,
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. Those
defend and attack,
contact
and
press, or
yeah, yeah,
whatever the fuck it is.
yeah. Dude, it was great. Great soundtrack also. Great. I can't say high enough things about this game. I mean, I like it more than 7.
You
That should be
remember?
that should
You
tell
remember
you.
Osma,
Ozma was
the extra boss? Yeah, not extra boss. What do you call that? A hidden boss.
oh no, I don't remember. I wasn't following the like I didn't used to do the weapons and so that much, on that.
There were two curious things in that game. First off, there was this little island that has sheep in it. Those were your only enemies. Were this
Haha,
tiny, cute
forgot.
as fuck little sheep,
That's fu-
right?
that's
And then you
funny.
would hit them, and if you didn't kill it in one hit,
Uh,
it would cast meteor on you,
oh shit.
and this shit would
Wow.
wreck you.
Oh shit. That's hilarious.
And
Oh my
then
god.
the hidden boss is with Ozma. You had to do the chocobo thing and like chilies on the ground and go to the sky, whatever.
Oh yeah.
It was this marble-looking ball. That's
Uh,
just what it was, right? And they actually put that boss in Final Fantasy 14
oh shit, for real. That's
in one of the
awesome.
24 man raids. Yeah, mind you, I never beat Osman. That thing whooped my ass in Final Fantasy 9.
Dude, I will totally 100% play Final Fantasy. I own it actually.
I should
Uh,
really play it.
and
I
I,
might I would have to redo my list, but I would play it again.
yeah, yeah, that game is great. That game is great. And sir, your number
My
alpha.
super predictable number one, Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7.
Okay. It's funny because I've heard Mad Dog say that no, this is one of the games that brought people in. It
Mhm.
didn't bring me into the genre. I've been playing RPGs longer than that, but it did cement my love for them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mm.
From the characters, and mind you, I didn't in my head, in my young imagination, I didn't picture Cloud as this depressive emo dude.
Yeah.
I always found it to be more like Zack, just like carefree, like sarcastic, like whatever. And then it wasn't until I saw the movie that really destroyed my entire image of him.
Yeah. Yeah. They went into
uh,
the depressive route.
yes, but the story, the characters, like the Aerith scene, that's
Yes.
probably by far,
One of the first time I've ever cried in a game,
if it's
actually.
not it's definitely one of the saddest moments of my gaming career.
No, it has to be. Yeah, that has to be it. I
You know,
can't imagine.
I don't know if you use Aerith in the game.
I did, yeah. You do.
She was my healer because this is the only
Yeah.
character in the game
She was
that's
the best
basically
healer.
a healer.
Yeah.
So I got her limit breaks. I got the best weapons that I could get for her. I had the materia. Like, this is my healer. And then suddenly she just abandons me. Like, fuck, are you going?
Yeah. Yeah. She's done for real.
And then
You
when
didn't
she,
expect
I
that.
was like, what? I went crazy. I started asking my friends if you revive her or there was anything. There was an idiot that actually told me that there was, which was a lie.
Yeah,
That
that
hit
was
me. Oh my god, I was out for blood. If
There
you
was
think
a.
at power level before, by the time I got to Sephiroth, I had Knights of the Round.
You were gonna knife him around his ass for what he did.
Yes. Which, by the way, do you remember the mechanic of Bizarro Sephiroth?
No.
So before Bizarro Sephiroth, there was another one because there was three stages to the fight. And if you beat, oh, it was Genova. You fought Genova first.
Uh,
If you kill Genova too fast or too easily,
mm.
then Bizarro Sephiroth would require one, two, or three teams of characters, which will
Oh
make it
shit!
harder. Yes.
Wow.
If you did it really easily, which obviously I was over leveled with my
You
main
were
party, everybody
OP.
else was like whatever. I had to use all my three parties.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
annoying. Yeah, you had to switch between parties. It was fucking annoying, but it actually made it more interesting.
I didn't even know that it was possible.
Yeah. I fought all the weapons. I couldn't get my gold chocobo, so I had the only way I could get Knights of the
Oh, the
Round.
chocobo.
But I had to kill Ultima Weapon, right? Because I had to get the Ultima Sword and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
I killed Emerald Weapon to get all of the Master Materia. You got Master Command,
Uh,
Master Magic, and Master something. And then I
damn.
went out and killed Ruby Weapon, which then they gave you a gold chocobo. And then I got Knights of the Round.
So you went the hard route then to get it.
Yes. I had to
Damn.
pseudo make my own Knights of the Round. I grabbed Bahamut Zero. I
Uh-huh.
put W Summon, Quadra Magic, and Mine. Now,
Wow.
Bahamut Zero takes a solid minute or more, probably more, to actually summon.
Damn.
And I saw
Damn,
that
son.
summon 8 times in a row. I would go to the bathroom, get a sandwich, eat it, go to the bathroom again, and I'm still going halfway through all the animations.
Damn, son. Wow. Wow.
I love Final Fantasy VII. I could go on forever.
I agree. Final Fantasy VII was one of those games where, like Fantasy Star for me, it transcended what it was trying to do. Like if in Fantasy Star to me it was going to the different planets. On Final Fantasy VII was going to the different locations, and suddenly you have a look. You have a town that is that has been like razed and destroyed. Or you could go to a beach.
Hmm. Literally a resort at the
Literally
beach.
resort, yeah. Or you could go to a casino.
Or you could go to and go snowboarding.
Or you can go to the boarding, or you can end up at some sort of like weird bathhouse place. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
It's dude.
Do you want to
Final
know what's one of the most impactful moments I had in that game?
what?
As a first time player when I played it the first time. You remember when you leave Midgard the first time?
Mm-hmm.
You go to this little, I think it was called Calm Town or something like that. And then you had to cross this march, and there was the Midgard Solum, the snake,
Uh,
right? And you had to the mechanic was, well, not the mechanic. You were supposed to uh get a chocobo and cross, right? When you
uh,
did that, a little cutscene would play out the first time you went through,
uh,
and it would be the one of the Midgard Solums, because apparently there was more than one,
uh,
impaled on a tree,
wow.
and
Damn.
it's Sephiroth who does that.
Oh
And
shit.
and to me, that was the moment, like, I couldn't, like, that snake whooped my ass. Like, I didn't even get close to, and he just impaled it on a fucking tree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And yeah, that was for me like, this is some serious. This dude is serious.
And finally,
You're
we're
number
gonna
one,
we're gonna bring it home.
Doctor
There,
Dream.
this actually has to be the longest podcast we have ever had in the
Wow.
history of it. And of course, it's been it's been super fun.
It's
Uh,
it definitely.
but yeah, but we're gonna close it down with the last Final Fantasy to me, or my favorite Final Fantasy. In this case, of course, I'm talking about Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah. Fable
A
6 that
an
apparently I absolutely must play.
that you have, yeah, you gotta find of all the remakes that they have done, because they
Six
have been, yeah,
is the most important one.
it is one of the most important ones that you need to get from the beginning, the from the world setting, the the how you call that, conflict, of what each character has to go through. Dude, it is phenomenal. uh I gotta talk about this because I realize you haven't played it, but I have to mention this
No, no, go
because
ahead, go ahead. Don't hold back. Like spoilers, whatever it is,
this
that's fine.
is
Go
this
ahead.
is it's one of the most amazing moments in this game, which is this game. And granted, the villain is not like my favorite villain. Actually, he's almost like a Joker, like the Joker. Actually, might as well be. He's almost a clown dressed like a clown, basically.
You're talking about Kefka, and
Yeah,
even though I haven't played six, that is definitely one of, if not the best villain that Final Fantasy has.
Kefka. You think so?
Oh
More than
yes,
Sephiroth?
yes,
Okay, all right. I respect that. Hey,
yes.
I don't dislike him. I think he's cool. He's not my favorite, but he is obviously powerful, and he actually, like, how Final Fantasy 7 has the moment, right? The moment that you go like, which is what happens to Aerith, right?
Right.
Well, Final Fantasy 6 have a similar moment, not where it kills one of your favorite characters or anything like that, but in the fact that this person pretty much destroys the world. It
Right.
succeeds
And that's what
in,
I
in
I
changing
wanted
the
to tell
world.
you. I haven't played it, but I've seen videos of it because I am interested in the lore.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's the thing. He actually wins.
Yeah, he actually wins. He actually take he it's one of those moments where you think that you could not think anything going more hopeless than this. It's like, oh my God, he he did it. He
Yeah,
he,
he
he
did it.
did it.
Whatever
This is
he set out to do, he did it.
the world is destroyed, and you lose some companions, and you're like, how can I recuperate from this? Like, nothing I do, even if I beat him, I still lost. There's
Yeah.
still hundreds of lives, billions of lives lost. Because the world ended basically. So, uh, great, like I said, great characters, great villains. Now that you reminded me more about him, I think I have to agree. Um, Great soundtrack, one of the top soundtracks of a Final Fantasy game. The battle, the battle, everything, dude. This game nails it in every spot. And I haven't actually played the remakes that spruce up the graphics and add extra stuff, but I want to. I want to play it so bad, just because I will not mind reliving that world again. That world's fantastic. That game, and hey, I give it to you. Final Fantasy 7 could have easily been uh my top game. I am surprised that it didn't break my top three, but it's
Me too.
because I had, and it's a great game. I'm not
Hey, listen,
taking
Final
anything away
Fantasy has
from it.
some excellent games. There's just no denying that.
It is, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I realize Final Fantasy 7 is the favorite of a lot of people, also. But to me, it is, those classic games are the ones that really made me love the series. And probably the reasons why I really, you notice how my least favorite Final Fantasies are the most recent ones,
I
the most
know.
modern ones, because they have changed so much what I really like about the series, the classical thing that I like about the series. So yeah, Final Fantasy
Hell,
6.
even mine. I mean, my newest one. Well, yeah, it's 14. Uh,
uh,
Other than that, is what 12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah, like all like I don't other than 14, which is on PS4. I don't have anything that's PS4 or PS3 even
Mm.
on
Yeah.
my top five.
Yeah. That should tell you. That should tell if there's something that needs to happen for the Final Fantasy, and is that they need to, and unfortunately we're way past that. This is not Square Enix. I don't think it's gonna go this route, because unfortunately Final Fantasy 9 was an experiment into going that route, and it didn't go as well as they hoped that it was. And, like, people were liking more the no, what's his name, the Nomura-san version of characters.
Okay.
Where all the characters look like they have proper proportions.
Okay. Yeah.
Rather
Yeah.
than the super deformed, they were not going back.
The
So
anime looking ones.
yeah. So
Hey, you never
it's
know,
a shame.
man. You never know.
Oh, I'm ready to be surprised from Final
16.
Fantasy 16. But everything that I've seen from Square, all the route that Square has done, it looks like it's taking them farther and farther away from what I would love. But yeah, man, I think this this is actually really good. This was fantastic to revisit that. We obviously spent a lot more time than I anticipated.
Me too.
this
I didn't think it was gonna be this long.
this segment alone was an hour and almost 30 minutes
Oh
actually
my
going.
god.
An hour and a half just talking about Final Fantasy, the series, and but yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Obviously, there are some great games on that franchise, and we can only hope that Square Enix can bring it back to what we all loved about what
Yeah.
made it what made it special. So yeah, man, I think we're gonna
Oh,
wrap this one up
I
here.
think we very well should.
It is it's 2 in the morning already. We started
Oh my
recording
god.
late,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
but this has been Dream Twister speaking.
Oh
Sir,
wow.
I can't thank you enough for joining me on this episode. We finally figured out how to make podcasts through Skype. But man, no, thank you for joining me here on the podcast, and
Anytime.
thank you guys for listening. This has been Dream Twister, Chaos Reaper. Please do us the honor of taking us home.
Oh, thank you. Well, I want to thank you and Mad Dog for having me here in the podcast. Anytime that you guys, as long as I can do it, I will love to be in the podcast. I really can't spend enough time talking to you guys about stuff. I mean, I spend enough time talking on my phone. Every time I listen to a podcast, I'm just yelling at the screen there. You know.
And God knows that I never joined you on PS4, so
Oh God,
uh,
yes,
I,
because
this
every
way.
game that you play on PlayStation must be a single player story game, and you must pay attention to the story.
I apologize. I don't never mean to be rude or anything like that.
That's
I
it.
just
That's okay. I understand.
we see you guys next week. GG! I forget that you have the delay. So.
I try to match it with you as much as I could.